morning. Good morning. We're on. We're live. Good morning, everybody. Tis the Wednesday. Tis the eve before the Christmas Eve. Hope you guys are doing well. Today at noon, new episode of 2 Drink Minimum drops. It's going to be a doozy. It was a fun one to record. It was a very fun episode. So today at noon, that drops tomorrow at 8 p.m. on this very channel. Episode 10 of The Intellectuals, one of their finest hours. They do the top 10 list of awkward Christmas moments. Yeah, but we're going to change the name of that podcast. It's going to be the Top 10 Boys. Because you guys doing top 10 stuff. If you want to be in the know, you want to join the gang, head over to patreon.com/Pantelis. Join the Pantelis Nation. You go win shirts. You get exclusive podcasts. You get to know stuff before everyone else. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Without further ado, let's go to everyone's favorite daddy, the leader of the South Shore Brigade, bald and in charge, George Chickity Chandrizos.
What's up, guys?
What up, G?
Hi, Poppy.
Oh, God, did you hear that? He poppied you.
How's everything?
It's good. It's good. We're here. We're recording podcasts. I got a couple more shows today to record. We're having fun. We're enjoying the podcast life.
You have no choice, man. There's nothing else to do, man. It seems like they've been preventing us from doing everything else, so might as well take advantage of it, right?
Yeah, I heard. I sent you a link. I don't know if you checked it out. I heard that our government here, I heard that Trudeau, I heard the federal government was giving out subsidies to Chinese-owned businesses. Is this true?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that.
And I don't mean Chinese, Canadian. I mean like owned by China, like the state.
Yeah, yeah, but it's not only Chinese businesses. We'll talk about that. It's the
Am I going to get more upset?
Subsidy.
Am I going to flip this table, George?
No.
Okay.
Don't flip anything. There's expensive equipment in there.
There is, I know.
No, first we're going to talk about that because there's something's happening. Sorry, and Revenue Canada is putting out.
Oh wait, I got to stop you there, George. We got a message from our buddy John Brodigan. We're going to tell him Merry Christmas as well from the whole crew here. He decided to drop a $5 in the super chat. Merry Christmas, Brodigan.
So let's just first talk about COVID-19 because the last couple of weeks that we've been, the last couple of weeks on the show, we've been talking about that because the cases have been on the rise. Quebec just passed 2,000 cases. There's over 1,000 hospitalizations. We're literally in critical mode right now. The premier yesterday came out and surprisingly, he was joined by all the other leaders of the parties here in Quebec. It was like a united kind of front to address the situation.
So you're saying they had a party?
Yeah, they had a party together, all of them. No, what happened is that, look, the cases are on the rise. We've been talking about this. I mean, it's not new. We've been expecting that that the numbers continue to go up, and we've been talking about how everyone is predicting that the next couple of weeks, maybe months, are going to be even worse than they were in March. I think the situation already is worse than it was in March. A lot of people are wondering why are we so flexible now compared to how things were back in March. I mean, I remember back in March, as soon as we went over 1,000 cases or something like that, everything was closed down, right? Remember?
Even less, actually. Everything closed down that first week when the panic started to rise around the world. Yeah. I think we were just hours different from when the states locked down Europe. You remember that when the U.S. said we're not traveling to Europe anymore, you're not allowed to come and go? As soon as they did that, here in Quebec, we followed suit, and then Canada joined along. So we were pretty early adopters.
Yeah, they were on the ball ahead of time. And I remember back in March, the problem wasn't in Quebec. The problem was the federal government not taking quick action.
Yeah.
Quick enough action, actually. So they came out. They addressed the situation. It's really critical, all right? It's really critical, and we saw last weekend actually, and I was going to talk about that later, but I'm going to talk about that now. There was a huge demonstration in Montreal. We're talking about close to 2,000 to 5,000 people demonstrating. It was all those anti-vaxxers and all these conspiracy theories and all these, it's my freedom and I'll do what I want kind of crowd. 2,000 to 5,000 people, man. It's like, what do you not understand? Like, the hospitals are overloaded. We have no idea where we're headed. We have no idea what to expect after the holidays. People can travel The borders are open. Obviously, there's a lot of people going down south, like they always do for the Christmas holidays. We don't know what to expect when these guys come back. But on a good note, the police were there to hand over $400,000 worth of tickets.
Is that how much?
To
Wait,
these
why'd they
guys.
hand those tickets? It was an illegal protest?
It wasn't a legal protest, but I mean they're not respecting the confinement measures and the social distancing rules
Well, hold on.
and all
Did they
that
get
stuff.
did they get permission to protest?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I
Because
don't
if
know
they got
that
permission to protest, that seems like a fucked up thing. Because if they got permission to do what they're doing, and then when they're doing what they're doing, you're like, haha, but this goes against another law that we just created. That's a little fucked up. Now, it's
kinda
like
hard
you're
to
forcing
imagine,
people
yeah.
to hate the cops and the government.
Well, it's kind of hard to imagine 2 to 5,000 people protesting without having planned this, right, and without having gotten the green light. At the same time, it's also hard to imagine how they got the green light to protest.
Well, shouldn't you be allowed to protest whenever you want? That's the beauty of a
You should,
free country.
but I mean, we're living in a special time, right? Anyways,
You think China was mad? That's why.
But hold on, hold on. Didn't we have this issue in the summer or something with all kinds of protests happening?
there's people. I think there's been people protesting, ever since the summer. I mean, there
Yeah.
hasn't been that much attention given to them, but this one was a huge one. We're talking about 2 to 5,000 people.
So when
downtown
it's
Montreal.
less people or when they're breaking shit, we don't find them. But these guys following a route, we find them. All right, interesting. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, look, it does come at a time after the government came out to bring forth strict measures, right? I mean, last week, if you guys remember, we spoke about it, how the
As of
government-
Christmas,
Yeah.
this was a week before.
Well, yeah, as of Christmas, yeah.
I'm just saying it doesn't make any fucking sense. So last month, when these new measures were still not in place, just like they're not now, you were able to fucking go downtown, loot, and you don't get fined. But now these guys are following and I don't agree with them. I don't even know what the fuck they're protesting. I'm just saying
They're protesting about the entire pandemic management of the government.
they're allowed to criticize the government, no?
They're allowed to do whatever they want. The problem isn't that, Pantelis. The problem is that there's 5,000 people together walking side by side. There's
Yeah.
kids there. There's idiots with signs, just yelling.
The
that
signs
we're
do it. The
tired of
signs
this
are
and
what
we've
spreads
had
the
enough,
virus.
and this has to end. And you're taking us for fools. Nobody's taking anybody for a fool, man. They're trying to manage a situation that they've never had to manage before.
Yeah.
Nobody has any clue, and we've said this already in other episodes. No one has any clue
Yeah.
about what they're doing. That's the truth. All right.
They don't. However, a week
Politicians
ago
are
we were
managing this
speaking.
on a day-to-day basis. Like, I mean, that's how difficult. Well, difficult. I mean, that's how ridiculous it has come to. I mean, to the point where they just don't know. They're taking this step by step. Every day, the premier is briefed by his public health officials,
Yeah.
and they make decisions.
I remember
so
the
I'm-
decision
I'm-
last week of that. We got one last day, so those politicians got together at the bar and got hammered. Because,
that? Yeah.
yeah, so I'm just saying, no, the rules apply to some people.
He got kicked out of.
Yeah, he
caucus,
got
that
kicked
guy.
out. Why? Because regular people were reporting on him, not because the government was like, that's not good. It's because people videotaped him.
Well, yeah. Well, how else?
No, but I'm just saying but even before that, do you remember we went through this in the summer when they're like, what are you gonna do when people are taking down statues or looting? You remember this? You're like, what are you gonna do? Fine people? Do you remember this?
Yeah,
What
didn't
do-
they take down a statue here in Montreal?
Yeah,
too?
John A. McDonald. I'm just saying that was like, what are we gonna find them? That's crazy. How are you gonna catch? But now they're like, these people, we gave them all fines. Like, it's just this kind of selective targeting breeds this contempt, breeds this, the conspiracy theory thing. Like, then
Yeah,
they
but
get
it's-
mad
it's
that there's
not-
conspiracy
it's
theories,
not
but you're
really
doing shit.
Yeah, it's not really selective targeting, though.
It's
I mean,
selective targeting.
I mean, when the government comes on and says, listen, if you're more than I don't know how many people, you're getting fined.
But they didn't fine everyone else when they were we've had these laws since the beginning. There was the first lockdown.
I'm not sure if these
Poseidon
laws
went
were there.
downtown and he was videotaping it
Yeah.
during the first looting and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
but there wasn't any public statement from the government saying that you're going to get fined if you're
Yeah,
all
there was.
together. Was there?
Yeah, there was people
there
getting.
was.
Don't you remember that was the first time we had rat neighbors?
Yeah.
When it came out, like, oh, your neighbor's gonna rat you out. Yeah, it was when the neighbors were. I'm just saying, it's, and I don't. Again, I didn't even know what the fuck they were protesting. People had sent me videos of people downtown. I thought they were against masks, and I was like, all right, like, it's kind of weird thing to get 5,000 people together, be like, we don't like masks. But it turns out it was deeper than that. Even if they were protesting the movie Shrek, It's not. I'm just saying, keep the same rule should apply to everyone. This selective thing, you're breeding this kind of mistrust, and then you're giving way to conspiracy theories, and then you complain about it. Like, why are there conspiracy theories?
I remember when the restaurants had opened up again after the first lockdown. It was $6,000, I think, for restaurants and $600 for people.
Yeah, the fines.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the amounts are, but I read somewhere that the Montreal police gave up to $400,000 worth of tickets. I mean, it's almost as if instead of trying to dissuade the people from demonstrating, because it goes against public health.
They should have put masks on and started fucking breaking windows, bro. Apparently that falls into the rules.
I just feel like there's someone at the city of Montreal. They're like 2,000 to. It's gonna be a big group.
Yeah.
Let's get our police in. Let's get our police in place.
Yeah, let's get some money out of this.
Let's cash in on this one.
Yeah.
Let's cash in on this one. That's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
So that happened over the weekend.
I saw the videos. They were walking very slow. Like it was.
You think that's why they?
Well, yeah. It's like, where are you gonna go? Well, that's the difference between looting and protesting. It's like, we know exactly where you're headed. Yeah. We'll just walk next to you and fill out these forms. Like,
yeah, exactly.
They were walking ATM machines.
And I saw some pretty funny posters there. They were holding up the signs. One was like, "COVID, it's matter. God will save us all."
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Like, what the hell is wrong with people, man?
Yeah.
Like, I honestly never thought I would see this here in Montreal. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, but the situation is pretty stressful. The fact that yesterday all leaders of all parties got together to kind of address the situation and to convince people to take it easy during the holidays, right? That to me is somewhat alarming. I don't think we've seen that since the very beginning, where they were all together. It hasn't happened, in my opinion. And the other frustrating thing is, since that the situation is much worse than it was back in March, why aren't we just making those stricter decisions more obvious? I mean, the premier's coming on and saying, listen, we don't recommend this. I mean, you can travel to the south, but we don't, just come out and say, like, you're not allowed. If you travel, we will ban your Medicare card for up to 30 days when you come back. Like, I don't know, come up with some ridiculous thing like that to kind of, like, I mean, you can't really do that either. But I remember back in March, it was cutthroat, man. The guy came out, was like, everything is closing down. You're not allowed to be outside. You can't drive unless you are working in essential services and you got to get to somewhere.
Yeah.
Everyone was home. I just don't understand why now. I mean, the situation is much worse than it was, and we're just taking it, very lightly.
I'll tell you why, because already people are protesting. Imagine if you lock shit down again, because this is why people are ready to flip tables. Because when it was normalizing, and I'm going to say this fucking again, I called it, we've had shows about this where I talked about it before the schools opened. When things were going well in the summer, when adults were out there, restaurants put in money to take all these measures. You remember this?
Yeah.
And then they said, well, you know what? Next thing is we're going to open the elementary and high schools. And people said, for the love of God, please don't do this. You're going to fuck up the entire province. He's like, no, we know what we're doing. Kids aren't. Don't worry about that shit. And then what happened? It took, a week or two for schools, universities to reopen, all that shit. And then it exploded. And then he blamed everyone else. Restaurants got in trouble. Everyone else lost money because the government was that stupid. So I understand, and I'm with the government when they say, we've never dealt with this before. We don't know what we're doing. But when regular people that don't saw this coming and they're like, wait a second, guys, this sounds like a bad idea, and the government didn't want to fucking listen, yeah, now you can't turn around and be like, by the way, fuck you guys, you're going to lose even more money. This is their fault. 100% this is their fault.
No, guaranteed. I mean, like we said, I mean, it almost feels like they're improvising this the whole way through, right? And I don't want to be in their shoes, because I can't imagine how hard it must be to be running this province or even the country. And day to day, you're just seeing your numbers drop, right? Your economy is going to shit, and you want to kind of salvage as much as you can.
Yeah.
But and then in addition to that, we're finding out that there's a new strand of COVID-19 coming out of the UK.
But we discussed this a few months ago, dude. On this show, we were talking about how this is what happens every year, right? It mutates. So no matter what we do, we're never going to be ahead of this stuff.
Yeah. Well, look, I read up on it. I read up on it a bit yesterday. I mean, we're talking about something that is 50-70% more contagious than the one that we currently know
Hold
of.
on, just one sec, because Olga wrote, what's the proof that that the schools caused this? Because we had a couple of months where the schools were closed, where everyone was following the measures, where it wasn't going up. It was steadily declining, right? And we were keeping it. And then as soon as they opened the school, within a week or two, the numbers
this is back
exploded.
in August, September.
Yeah, this is tangible evidence that we have, and that's why people warned against it.
And then they came out with the strict measures in schools, right?
Yeah.
Where only half the class was able to attend.
Yeah,
and then
yeah. After they spread it everywhere.
Yeah, they came up with a bunch of stuff like that. But this thing coming out of the UK is pretty worrying. I mean, it
doesn't spread by magic. It spreads by human contact. It spreads by people, and that's how it spread when those schools got back in. And it's not the kids' fault. It's not the adults' fault. Even the teachers at the time, they were worried. Do you remember a lot of teachers were like, "Wait, hold on. You want me to go back into teaching? We don't know what's going on here. We're starting to steady the rate, and now you just want us to jump in there with a bunch of kids. You ever work with a bunch of kids?" And people were like, "Nah, just fucking do it."
Yeah. Just improvisation, man. It makes absolutely no sense. Look, I'm very much worried about this new strand coming out of the UK.
Toothless strand.
What'd you say?
Nothing. I was making a joke about the UK.
Yeah, so I mean, the transmissibility is much more efficient. Apparently, the last week, I think scientists were doing some tests. They saw 17 mutations at the same time. And here's the scary part:
are any of these mutations of the teenage turtle variety?
Yeah. And the other scary thing is that it affects much more the people that are around 40 years than any other group.
So it's going down in age.
It's going down. It's like we're coming after you
in
guys.
5 years, we're all fucked.
But doesn't Mother Earth, as they say, produce something like 5,000 new viruses a year?
Yes, but Mother Earth might produce a couple of new viruses, right? But we're ready for them because it's from Mother Earth. This is from a Chinese laboratory. We're not ready to handle this shit, bro.
Well, no, there was apparently a study that even, I think, with 20 years of working on a virus in the lab, because apparently you can't really create a virus from scratch. You have to take you have to mutate it and shit like that. But even doing that, you cannot catch up to the rate of the way the planet produces viruses. So it cannot be, you just can't, it's not. I've read, I don't know how true this is. Again, I'm not a scientist.
Well, it's already killing people, though, no? Like, people are dying.
Like,
but hold on, because Olga says we can't keep the kids at home all year. Parents have to work. Yeah, exactly. But this isn't working. This is on and off. It's better to do it straight cut. Like we said, either a full month, a full lockdown for 1 month so that people could get back to work. Because this isn't helping anybody get back to work. This is keeping people out of work.
I can't remember if this came out of the World Health Organization or if it came out of the health officials over here. But at the very beginning, I remember someone saying that if everyone stays home for 2 weeks, and like if we shut everything down for 2 weeks, we beat the virus.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's either you go hardcore for 1 month so that this stops for one. But then you also, here's the other thing is, if we do that, which we won't because they don't have the balls, but if they would do that, which would be the best case scenario, the only people working out there are the people that are bringing everyone food, essentials. You don't have to go out for shit, okay? But in order for that to remain, that means that after that month is over, for a year or whatever, the borders have to remain closed. And they won't do that. Because you know what would happen. Let's say in a month we fully kill it off. Everyone's in. Whoever has it, has it. But then if you start letting people in after that month and one person, two people, you know what I mean? Then you're going to get back to where you were. So I don't think. I don't know.
Look, I mean, the sad thing is that even though we found the vaccine, it just somehow feels that we're still not out of the woods yet. And, everyone's coming out and, especially the politicians saying that, we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Everything is good. And I get it. You want to reassure your people. But at the same time, it's also fucking bullshit, because there is absolutely nothing reassuring about your hospitals being almost, non-functional because of the amount of hospitalizations you have.
Is the vaccine here?
Yeah. They got, I think, a little over 4,000 doses. They're supposed to be getting, I read somewhere, how many?
Who's getting it first here? Because I remember in the States, they were saying at first that it's going to be the elderly and people who are, at risk. But then I saw fucking AOC got it. And I was like, fuck. Yeah. She took a video of herself getting it. Yeah. And I was like, holy fucking shit, man. These people don't realize how this is going to look in the future when people look back.
Wow.
They're like, you fucking peasants, take your $600 and go fuck yourselves.
God damn.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
that makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, people were freaking out. Yeah, I was watching on Twitter. People were like, wait a second, didn't you say it's for, like, I understand Pelosi, even though I don't like her, she's 107. Okay, that makes sense. But fucking AOC.
I saw Biden took it.
Yeah, that makes sense too. The guy's old. Like, that makes sense because he's old and he's in government. He's the next president or whatever. So that makes sense. But fucking,
I mean, look, it's coming down very slowly because Canada is distributing it to all the provinces according to the needs. Obviously, Quebec and Ontario are the ones that are getting it the most.
Yeah.
I think Quebec received already close to 5,000 doses, and I think I read the other day that they're expecting 50,000 by next week and another 30,000 the week after. So I mean, it's progressing, and they're going after all the seniors. I mean, here they're following whatever we had spoken about, where they're going to prioritize the very extreme cases, then the seniors in the long-term care facilities, the hospital workers that are facing this thing on a daily basis are probably going to get vaccinated as well. So it's going to take time, and again, we don't know. How efficient this is because everyone that is getting vaccinated, they're still telling them, look, keep social distancing measures. They still apply. You guys still keep your mask on. And people are like, what the hell did I just get stung for? You know?
yeah,
what I mean?
but that's what I'm saying. It's not clear because at first they were saying you're out of the woods. Once you get it, you get to go back to your normal life. But now people that are getting it, they're like, oh no, there's no normal life. You do exactly what you did before, except now you're vaccinated. It's like, well then maybe I don't want to get vaccinated.
It doesn't make any sense.
You saw my tweet about that guy. I used your emoji about that guy who was because he's like anti-vaccines or whatever. But then he what he tweeted, I was like very confused because then I thought, okay, maybe I don't understand what vaccines are because what he tweeted was, hear me out. He goes, maybe instead of vaccines, he goes, what if instead of vaccine we just were able to get exposed to a weak version of the virus that enabled us to build antibodies that we need to fight the real thing. That's what a vaccine is. So I was like, wait, what? Is this guy fucking with me? Like,
Well, no, because apparently, look, I mean, we're not pros here, but the Pfizer vaccine doesn't carry the virus, is it? I don't think it has.
All vaccines.
They used to, but I heard that this one is. I heard that this one isn't. This is what I heard, but I don't know what's true because there's different vaccines out there, right? They're not made the same. The Pfizer one, the Moderna one, they're different. But I heard someone was telling me, no, now it's different. This one, it's triggering, not because it's using a weak version of the coronavirus, but it's triggering something so your receptors can fight the real coronavirus, something like that. Now, I don't know how much of that is true. Poseidon also told me that the ingredients in the UK when they got the vaccine was baby fetal matter. So I don't know what the fuck is true anymore. That's all I hear is crazy shit.
I don't know. Anyway, speaking of the UK, for those who haven't been following, they have until the end of the year to figure out an agreement with the EU, so that they can continue doing business with the European Union, even though they voted to come out of the EU. So they have until the 31st of December. It's not really going well. With their negotiations, but Canada did a really smart move the other day, and they closed the deal with the UK that is meant basically to avoid any trade tariffs with Canadian products that could have normally occurred once the UK was officially out of the EU, which is on the 31st, or actually technically midnight on the 1st of January. So pretty good move by Canada. So we know that products like maple syrup, lobster, beef, auto parts, those won't be subjected to any tariffs.
Okay.
We know that the UK is the third biggest market for Canadian exports.
I heard they're also, I think, the second biggest market for scepters and crowns too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just last year, the Canadian exports were valued at nearly $30 billion. So it's a pretty important market. It's a pretty good move from Canada. The tricky part, however, and this is funny because when the news comes out, they're like, oh, yay, look what we did. It's great. You know, we're one of the first countries to arrange a deal with the UK. Problem is that the deal wasn't sent in time, or it didn't have enough time. It wasn't concluded in time, basically, before Parliament close down for the holidays, right? So it wasn't approved by that deal that Canada made hasn't yet been approved by Parliament. So what's happening is that it's a special agreement with directly with the Prime Minister Boris Johnson, basically just secure that our exports as of January 1st are okay, all the way until Parliament is back in order, so that they can look into the agreement and so that they can actually vote on it. So the question I have is there a possibility that this agreement actually fails in government once the Parliament, once it reopens, and we get fucked? Like, I mean, are we only benefiting from this agreement, like, let's say until February, and then once Parliament reopens, they're gonna be like, sorry, no, we don't like the agreement. I mean,
Probably.
what's gonna happen then, right? I don't know.
By the way, somebody sent me a photo of Justin Trudeau the other day. He was speaking, and they said, "Is your prime minister okay? Is everything okay at home?" He looked disheveled. And I was going to ask you that since you know him. Is everything okay at home?
I don't know if everything's okay at home, but I don't know, and I don't know if you guys saw it, and if anyone else hasn't seen it, you should definitely go see it. His photographer, Adam Scotty, very good guy, and he's an incredible photographer. He put out. I just got a notification. Health Canada approves Moderna's vaccine. All right. So yeah, his photographer.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean they approved the vaccine? Weren't they already giving people the vaccine last week?
No, that was the Pfizer vaccine.
Also, we're gonna have two different vaccines going on around here.
Yeah. So his photographer put out a whole series of photos, like nearly 150 photos. It's like a year in review of COVID-19. Some amazing shots, and if you want to see the Prime Minister disheveled, I mean, there's some really, really good stuff there.
I don't want to see him disheveled. I don't want to see people at their worst. I hope that this guy does well. He's the Prime Minister.
Well, disheveled. I mean, it's a heavy word, disheveled, but it's. I mean, he didn't really hide the fact that it was a difficult year. You kind of see that through the pictures that he put out there. Some fantastic work, really, really, really amazing. His name is Adam Scotty.
So someone in the chat wrote that they live in a native reservation. And people are freaking out because the housing crisis. But some houses over there have 10 people living together. Yeah. When the virus enters a native community, it's gonna explode. That's actually some real ass news. Like, what the fuck? That's gonna be nuts, dude. If those people are at risk and it negatively affects them hard. You know, these are not like asymptomatic people. That's gonna decimate that population. Yeah, it's fucked. Yeah.
I mean, nobody, and this is the sad thing. It's interesting that you mentioned the First Nations, because we get very little news or updates about what's happening in these communities, right? I mean, we're so focused on everything else.
Well, it's not even that we're so focused. We're never informed about them. Yeah. Like, it's not like, all right, and now First Nations news. They don't tell us anything about them. They keep them a secret, and people are going to grow up different generations. They're not going to know. They're going to be like, what the fuck's a reserve? What's going on here? Yeah. That's what they're doing it on purpose, I think.
Worrying. So let's get back to that to the Canadian Revenue Agency and the wage subsidies.
Yes.
Basically, just to put everybody up to speed. You know, the government in order to help businesses throughout this whole year, while they were dealing with the pandemic, they came up with a wage subsidy, essentially to help the companies cover for the wages, their employees' wages. Right? Yeah. It's not meant for anything else at all. So all the companies that had, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what the criteria were. I think they had to have a significant loss in revenue. Anyways, it's basically companies that needed help to get through this period. I think last I read, so far the government has given over $50 billion. In this specific program, right, for the wage subsidies, and the whole thing this week has been that because of an emergency bill that was passed back in April, I think we spoke about it, the Canadian Revenue Agency is allowed, because of that bill, to publish the names of these companies that have received the wage subsidy. Normally, I mean, there's a taxation. There's the Income Tax Act. So basically, it forbids anyone from putting out personal information, taxation information. But because of that law that was passed, that emergency bill that was passed back in April, the CRA can now give that information. They can even, but they haven't done that yet. And this is where the controversy. Well, it's not really a controversy, but this is where all the news came out this week. But because of that bill, they would even be allowed to put out the amount that they received. They haven't done so yet.
That's a little fucked up, but I kind of agree with it.
It is fucked up, but I'm just saying because of that bill that was passed back in April, they would normally be allowed, and this is where the whole thing is happening now because some parliamentarians don't want this information to be exposed, and others kind of, they're curious to see how this money was spent, especially the opposition. So yeah, this is where this whole thing breaks down. So I don't know. I didn't read the list. I mean, I don't know how many Chinese companies, because you mentioned something about Chinese companies getting the wage subsidy. It's all the companies that qualified that got it. I mean, personally,
but this is Chinese. The company we were talking about, the mobile, whatever the fuck it was a Chinese state-owned company. I'm not talking about a Chinese-owned, like Chinese people own it. I'm talking about the Chinese state. We should not be paying for the Chinese state companies.
Well, look,
that's
at
crazy.
The same time, look, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, if this company employs Canadians and through the wage subsidy, you're indirectly helping people get their income. I mean, what do you do?
Well, Canadian companies here, small businesses, were denied in a lot of these programs.
Yeah, it's because of the criteria. Maybe
I'm just saying, one of the criteria should probably be not be a foreign-owned company.
Yeah, but then you're opening it up too wide. I mean, how many foreign companies are here that employ thousands of Canadians?
But most of them, as far as I understand, because when I used to work with them, most of them have actual offices, taxes, all that here. Like they open up a subsidiary company here, so they benefit from that. You get it? They're like different entities.
Right. Yeah.
They don't do what they're doing now, which is still owned and operated from there, and they're getting you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Follow all the rules, not just the ones that give you some money from our tax dollars, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Look, I don't know, but this has been the news all week this week, and it's going to be interesting because I have a feeling that they made this public so that they can start cracking down because they're suspecting that a lot of these companies took this money and used it for something else
other than wages.
Than to cover wages.
They should have bought stocks, crude oil.
I heard that there's some schools that got accepted under this the wage subsidy program, and that's a whole controversy because normally the schools are all funded, so technically your teachers are all already paid to begin with. So
that's strange.
So where is this subsidy
going
used?
Well, as long as it went to the teachers, man. I hope it went to the teachers. Imagine being a teacher in high school.
The thing is that the schools are all funded here, so the teachers automatically got money.
Give them some bonuses, bro. They're risking their lives out there.
No, it's all these question marks that come up because it's like, how did you even qualify?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is small businesses that were on life support couldn't get it. So when there's other businesses that didn't need it, or like you said, this is publicly funded. Why? What are you talking about? So that's the danger of this, and that's why I'm saying people are getting upset. When somebody sees his business go under, and then he finds out today that Chinese-owned businesses got it, schools are getting it that are publicly funded, things like that. That's what causes this rise of tension between people in the government, rise to conspiracy theories. That's what causes it. Nobody wants to say, but that's what it is. Obviously, when you see shit like this in front of you, you start losing it. If you had a business for 10 years and you lost it because of this, and then you see this happening, you freak the fuck out.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This has been such a weird freaking year, and I'm just looking forward to the next year because, and again, we have no idea how things are going to evolve next year, but I don't know, man. There's way too many things happening in a week. You know what I mean? That it just, I don't know. I mean, our economy is going down the tubes. Yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw that, but Justin Trudeau put out a video announcing
I'm Justin Trudeau, and this is Jackass.
No, it was just strange. I've never seen this before. In the middle of a pandemic, you're trying to manage this country's economy. Things are going to shit every single day for you. He comes out and makes a video saying how it was a partisan video. Basically, it's from the Liberal Party of Canada, calling out people to consider running for office and that the party is going to be actively looking for intelligent candidates, candidates that are involved in their communities and that have contributed in their communities, and people that are interested should reach out to the party. What? I was listening to the video and I'm like, what is going on right now?
Joy in the state. I like. He's like,
we know there's an election coming. We get it. We're not dumb. It's a minority government. At some point next year, either by spring or right after summer, trust me, guys, there's going to be an election. I thought it was going to be actually earlier. We've discussed it.
Yeah, the reason why it wasn't earlier is because he's not prepared to leave office. That's why.
No, but
would have got the big boot.
So I mean, I don't know. I just found that strange, right? So yeah, Poseidon. The Liberals are looking for candidates.
Yeah, and it's funny. They're like, Trudeau goes out, makes a video. He's like, we need people smart, intelligence, very important for politics. And they're like, what? What did he say? We need help you. You need help me. We Canada help China. I was like, God damn it! How did this guy win?
I would never go with the Liberals.
Why not?
I would go with the Conservatives.
But why? Now you're saying that because the Liberals have done some fuckery, but in the end, it doesn't really matter.
No, but I know. But the Conservatives are all about that paper,
They are all about that paper right now.
So I'm all about that paper too. So I mean,
the Liberals are all about that paper too. But the difference is that the Liberals are the paper for them.
Exactly, in the bad way. I'm for the paper for we all eat.
Yeah, the Liberals have proven in the past year or two with all these scandals that they're like, no, guys, come on, you have to share with us. Everything with us. You guys can go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, I believe in the we all eat.
No, I'm with you, yeah. But it doesn't change anything because technically if you take charge of a party, you could probably sway their interests to make them more social for everyone, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I don't like the I don't know. I feel like we haven't done politics right. Now in the 21st century, we've got to learn a new way. I don't like the party thing started to piss me off. I disagree with you because you're in a different fucking party. It should be, they're all our employees, right? We pay.
Yeah.
There should be different jobs that you get fucking elected to, and if you're shit, you kick the fuck out and someone else goes in there.
Yeah.
So that there's never, you shouldn't be fighting over social programs. We're in a socialist country, then we should have them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we should look at improving them. Same thing with public schools, all that. It shouldn't be, well, it depends who's in power. Then they'll get funding. If they're in power, they'll get funding. That's fucking crazy. We pay all you idiots.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
They're all our employees.
Speaking of strange things, just because we're talking about the wage subsidy before, I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of the parties, actually most of the parties up in Ottawa, were eligible for the wage subsidy. So they've received money from us to pay their party.
That doesn't make any sense.
Of course, it doesn't make sense. I think the only party that hasn't taken it is the Bloc Québécois. They're like, this is ridiculous. We're not going to take people's money to fund our party. The conservative Erin O'Toole came out during his leadership campaign and said we're gonna give that money back. We shouldn't have it. Now that he's in office, it's tricky. They're like, yeah, we're gonna give it back. His spokesperson the other day, I read somewhere that his spokesperson came out and said, well, look, Erin O'Toole did promise to give it back, and we're gonna see what the other parties are doing as well. If the Liberals give it back, then yes, we will give it back as well. Dude,
fuck what the Liberals are doing. You give it back. You start leading by example.
You're gonna give it back, so just give it back. Don't wait for others to see what others are doing. The Green Party and the NDP, they're keeping their mouth shut because they
don't. Yeah,
their finances were ruined. But
I love that the Communist Party is basically the NDP is hilarious. It's like, what? Whose money? That's not how I got this. No,
and guys, we're talking about a lot of money here. We're talking the Conservatives got over $1 million. The Liberals got, I think, 1.2 or 1.3 million.
For what?
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and I understand there's employees at the party. I get it, but I don't know. Do a fundraising campaign. Do what parties do. Why would think about it. You're taking taxpayers' dollars. You're giving it at the party while you're organizing a campaign for next year. It makes no sense. It's again, it's a very thin line because there's employees working at these parties that need to get paid like every other employee. I get it.
Okay, well, you're raising funds. Plus, most of your elected officials, when you're in charge, are getting paid by us already. Like, come on. You know, you had no money before this. Like they mismanaged everything. These parties had no money before COVID. Get the fuck out of here.
Look, in their defense, I mean, it's been much harder this year for any party.
You know what? Hold on. Let me just go to my insider because it'd be good to find out if they're spending their money on good stuff. Hey, Poseidon, last time you saw the guy Jagmeet Singh.
Ah, yes.
What was he spending his hard-earned party money on?
He was.
Where did you see Jagmeet Singh?
Hold on. He was renting a car at the airport.
He was busy renting a Escalade large SUV.
Yeah, of
V8
course, bro.
engine.
Of course. Yeah, the wheels
Full
of the
luxury.
Communist Party. Yeah. Ride your little shitty electric car while I fucking bulldoze pigeons with this thing.
Yeah.
And then very environment friendly too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Are you sure it was Jagmeet Singh?
Oh,
He's not
100%.
that racist.
Bro, come on.
No, he was Jagmeet Singh. They made a big deal about it. They were all happy, but only he realized, like, wait a second.
Well, I didn't even know who it was. I'm like, why is this person so important? And all my coworkers were like, oh my god, it's fucking Jagmeet Singh. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And that's when I, and they're like, he's a politician.
Jag met your dollars right now.
Yeah.
Your tax dollars. Jag met your dollars, bro.
And then and then at some point it was like, you know what? I'm gonna sacrifice. I'm gonna take a Durango instead. The other times, yeah. Like it's a huge fucking difference.
So yeah, no wonder he's keeping that money.
Yeah.
You spent it all on luxury limousines.
What's that sound?
Communism. It's Phil.
Is that noise coming from your end? Or?
Yeah, it's Phil. It's Phil.
Hello.
There's a lot of echo. Phil, there's a lot of hissing coming from your end.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It wasn't before. Did you up the mic input?
Oh, my mic was muted, that's why. I'm not using my regular mic. We had a battery issue, so I had to plug something else in.
That is
I can
heavy
mute until
duty.
George has done the... Yeah,
Yeah,
so
mute
I'm
until
gonna
George
go
has done the
mute.
news at the very least. There we
Yeah,
go.
and then I'm gonna wait for
Oh,
the
wait.
other one to charge while I watch.
Wait.
It's
The
gone.
It's
hissing,
better now.
the hissing stopped.
Did it? I didn't change anything.
Well, what was that noise, Phil?
Was there a fan or anything like that next to you?
Are you guys talking about this noise?
No.
Hold
It
on.
was a fan. It wasn't you crunching. It was the fan.
No.
We're not
we heard
retarded,
that.
dude.
No.
We saw you crunching. No, it was like a fan noise.
Oh,
it's
maybe
back.
there is a fan.
back.
Oh, it's back. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's back.
But-
I think it's his
less
fan.
buzz.
It's very
It might have
unprofessional.
been my air purifier.
You still hear it.
yeah. Now it's back. Let's
Okay, I'm gonna go on mute and I'll
the
be back in
window
like
open?
10 when... What?
Is the window open? Is that air from the window? Maybe.
I mean, it's just a little bit open.
I don't know.
Like this much. I mean, I've killed George's momentum. I'm going on mute and I'll fix it.
Okay.
There was no momentum. We're talking about Jagmeet Singh.
Jagmeet fucking Jagmeet, man. Yeah, it's good times. I'll be back.
Oh man. So I don't know, man. It's worrying. I read that because I was reading up on the whole wage subsidy thing when you sent it to us,
Mm.
and there was a whole paragraph on how the parties are being funded. I'm like, well, that makes absolutely no sense to me at all. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what everyone else thinks in the chat room there, but how do you feel about your taxpayer dollars funding our political parties?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it one bit.
Anyway,
On OBS.
How do you do that?
did you guys? I'm just gonna bring it into the sports now because I know that you guys love
Go.
sports so much. We spoke last week. We spoke about how the NHL is looking into starting up the season again, and how they're thinking of allowing the players at least to start practicing. And there was all these measures and all these criteria put in place for the players to qualify. They're going to have practice bubbles in order for them to start playing. And the NHL is taking that seriously. They are looking into making more money because they're not sure exactly at what point the arenas are going to be filled again. And obviously that's a huge revenue source. And they're expecting now to put ads on the players' equipment. So they're going to put ads on their helmets. I think they're going to start with the helmets, and then they're going to move on to their shirts. They're putting ads on the helmets, which is going to be very strange because we're not really used to seeing that sort of thing in hockey. I mean, we've seen it in soccer and other sports, but we haven't really seen that in hockey. We've never seen that in hockey, actually. So the fact that there's going to be ads, there's a couple teams that have already started. I can't remember which ones. Let me just look very quickly over here. Yeah, the Devils, the Capitals, and the Predators. The three first teams to have.
I saw the Devils doing it yesterday.
What'd you say?
I saw the Devils doing it yesterday. They were putting on the helmet.
Yeah, and there's two other teams. So the Predators and the Capitals. So they're putting out ads. I think it's going to go on the helmet. They're allowed to two sponsors. I'm guessing on each side of the helmet. I don't know. Strange a little bit. I mean, we're not really used to that in hockey, and it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to move over into the shirts as well. I mean, it's a lot of real estate over there. It's a lot of ad real estate on those jerseys. So it's going to be a little bit. I mean, I think in Europe,
there's fucking ads everywhere on their crotch protector.
Yeah, they're from what I read, they're going to start putting the big banners. You know, because they're going to cover all the seats in the arenas with these huge drapes or whatever they're going to cover the seats with, and they're going to put sponsors there. They're going to start on the helmets, and then who knows if they're going to move on the shirts. Look, at this point, I mean, I know we're talking about nonsense over here. I mean, it's we're talking about hockey teams and where they're going to put their sponsors, but it's just it's positive just to see that they're taking extra steps to fund teams because I mean, we're talking about millions of dollars gone, right, from people that can't access the hockey game. So I mean, they need to survive as well. At the same time, we still don't know if they're going to be able to play. So that's the big question mark also. So we'll wait and see. I mean, we spoke about this last week. I think it'll be refreshing to see something else on TV rather than the news and all these other things happening. I'm not the biggest hockey fan, but
could have fooled me, George.
I mean, I wouldn't mind watching a couple hockey games here and there. Jeez, you know what I mean? Like just to get our mind off all the negativity and all the crap that's been going on. You know, that granola bar looks delicious.
Wow, I'm so hungry.
How are you feeling, by the way?
Well, let's make sure my audio is okay. Let's make sure I'm okay to. Pantelis, I can see you, so give me a visual cue or something.
Because people were saying that they hear you double.
I listened to it play back on YouTube, and I realized George was also double for a second.
Wait, is it a 1 second thing, or is it in general?
I'm not sure now. I'm not watching. Now I'm talking.
Mike sounds good now, they're saying. Okay. So that's
what
the
did they
problem
say?
is sometimes people panic in the chat.
It's okay now. Yeah, I switched mics. I mean, I run the risk of this mic dying before the end of the show, but I think we'll make it. Like it has a half charge. I'm alive. The stories of my demise were greatly exaggerated.
Well, I think it was wishful thinking.
Yeah, I appreciate that. No, I mean, the first week I was fucked. The second week I was stayed away more for you guys than anything. And even now, like I don't think I should be in a closed room with anyone right before Christmas while I fucking cough.
So why are you here, Phil? Why are you in studio?
Why am I here? Because I didn't have time last night to come get my camera and stuff, so I just came in.
Oh, you're going to be videotaping shit over the holidays?
No, I mean, I wanted to just remember in the chat last night I said I'm back, but I'm probably going to call in from home, kind of a la George. But I didn't get a chance. It was too late at night, so I just came in. I don't think I'm a danger to anyone. I just don't want to get anyone sick. I don't have corona. I was tested, so like my whole household was tested. I had fucking sinusitis. How stressful
was that, man? You had all the symptoms.
I'm convinced that Phil had COVID and it was a false negative that he got back.
If it was just me, I may have believed that. But 4 false negatives in the same household.
Oh, the whole household got tested?
Yeah, we all got tested.
Where'd you get tested?
We went. So I went to the Jewish General, and the rest of them went to the Glen site.
What's the Glen site?
The super hospital.
Mega hospital.
Oh, that's what they call it?
Off the carry.
Yeah, because if you have kids, you can go straight to the basement of the parking structure, and it's like a 2-minute process. It's super easy to do.
Really?
You don't have to wait. Yeah.
Do your kids have to be with you?
We actually
That's what I was wondering for the next time.
Yeah. We actually got tested on Sunday because early in the day we got an email from my daughter's school saying that one of the kids in her classroom was tested positive. So
really?
Fuck this shit, man. And they were doing so well. I mean, we were actually surprised that there were 0 cases in that whole school. And then that one case that happened, it was in my daughter's class.
Right before Christmas.
So look, nobody has any symptoms over here. I mean, everyone is, acting completely normal, like nothing's happening. But just precautionary measures. We went to the Glen site actually.
Yeah, it's quick if you have kids. It's like it's a joke. So fast.
We're all negative.
Can I go get tested today and get the results tomorrow?
No, normally within 24 to 48 hours. I mean, look, we got tested Sunday night, and we got our results yesterday in the evening.
Okay.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so 2 days.
But like the Jewish took 4 days for my results. The Glen site was like not even a full 48 hours.
Yeah,
Big difference. And it was stressful. Yeah, it was super stressful. And I mean, I've spoken about it before. I've been dealing with anxiety for a while, like bad. And when I got sick, the first 5 days, I was laid out. I couldn't move around at all. And I had like 10 fucking panic attacks, like full blown. So like I accidentally reprogrammed my brain to think there's something wrong with me. So now I got to deal with that shit and the fallout from that. But Pantelis said it best. If I can figure all this shit out, because this is not a new problem. I've obviously been anxious for years. I just never noticed it. I win the pandemic if I come out better. That's what I'm going with.
How are your kids with the test? The Q-tip in the nose.
The baby doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't care. I mean, they're kids. They don't like it, but whatever. It's not so bad. I mean, you did it. It's okay.
Yeah. I went first. I'm like, okay, because my wife went because we had the little in the car. I don't know why we didn't test the little one. Like, fuck that, man. Because we were sure that we didn't have it.
It's easier on the little one than the older one.
Yeah.
Babies don't care. No, yours not a baby anymore.
Like 2, right? She's 2, so yeah. I mean, Anyway, so my wife went first, and I went with my daughter, and I'm like, okay, do I make her do it first? Do I go first? If she sees me, she might not want to do it. So I'm like, fuck it, So I had her go first. I'm like, go. They're just gonna tickle your nose with a Q-tip. It's gonna be fun.
It's not a tickle, though. I heard it hurts.
It doesn't hurt.
It like stings a little bit.
Not even, man. You barely feel it. Fuck, honestly.
Hey, just out of curiosity, am I still having mic issues? What's going on?
No, you're not having mic issues. Poseidon fixed them.
Yeah, I fixed them.
Atta boy, Poseidon.
Poseidon. Going back to sports.
Sports.
What the fuck is that noise?
Yeah, there's feedback somewhere.
Yeah, I hear that too, but like I don't know where it's coming from.
Mute your goddamn mic, Phil.
Let's see.
Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, it was Phil.
Yeah, that's yours.
Yeah.
How does he not hear that loud beep?
Maybe it's coming from.
Yo, this guy guaranteed has the coronavirus.
From
all right, go. G, what were you saying? What were you saying about?
It's my laptop fan.
Oh, what your laptop fan? What the fuck is it fanning? Like, Jesus Christ, that's worse than the PS4.
Listen.
But there's also a beep too. I hear the.
Oh no, there's no beeping on this side.
Yeah, there was a huge beep.
Yeah, it's like a feedback.
Anyways, George, get back to sports.
Yeah, just it's just a funny contrast how the NHL is trying to, save the situation, try to find extra
funds,
sources of revenue.
Yeah.
And then you read that in Canada, Ontario and Manitoba, guys, this is very sad news in the sports world. Get ready for it. Ontario and Manitoba canceled their curling championships.
What?
Yeah.
How expensive is it to fund a curling game?
No curling championships. I don't know how we're gonna make it through the Christmas holidays.
I'm gonna flip this fucking table.
Seriously. This is worse than the 2,000 people demonstrating. How could they do this to us?
wait, hold on a second though. But how much does it cost really to organize a curling tournament? I mean, I feel like they could pay for it out of their pockets.
It's only that. I mean, you're canceling because I'm imagining, the whole virus thing. But if there's any sport where you can completely keep your distances,
it's curling. Yeah.
It's definitely curling, except for the 2 broom guys there.
But even the broom guys, they wear a mask. They fucking do their broomage. It's good.
That's the only thing. I mean, everyone else, I mean, they can, they don't even have to see each other. The guy launches what's it called?
The stone?
The stone, is that what it's called? Yeah, the stone.
I don't know. There's stones. I like curling. Curling is fun to watch.
Come on, are you serious?
You don't like curling?
I heard curling is actually fun to play. Watching is boring.
No, watching's fun too, bro. Curling's a good sport.
Okay.
I wish I could play. I've never played. I'm not joking. Curling's fun to watch. You never watch curling?
I've seen.
Pack up your bags and move to another country.
Hey?
Pack up your bags and move to another country. If you're gonna live in this goddamn country, you're gonna love curling.
It's huge though, guys. In some provinces, curling is huge. It's like
Everybody thinks I'm joking, but curling is fun to watch. I've watched some curling games. Like, I won't go out of my way. I don't know the world of curling. I don't know who the curling stars are. I don't know how you compete in curling. Like, I don't know any of the criteria. But if it's on and I catch it, I'll watch some curling. It's funny. Like, oh, get it. Oh my god, you hit that, and then it bounced there. This is exciting.
Isn't it like bocce ball on ice?
It's kind of like bocce balls.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Bocce balls is the best name for a sport, though.
Bocce balls.
Yeah. That was your dad's nickname at the brothel. Bocce balls.
What does bocce mean, by the way?
It's an Italian thing, bocce. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not like the English word. It's not botch.
Is it like bot? Yeah, I was about to ask.
No, it's not an English word.
Bocce.
I like curling. I don't know. It's fun. Yeah, curling definitely for sure. It's harder than it looks. But it's fun to watch curling. Curling, I wanted to play, but I never got the chance. There's some sports like that, that I always wanted to try. You know what else I always wanted to play and I never got the chance? Lacrosse. I think I would have been a fucking good lacrosse player, and I never got the chance.
That's pretty hardcore though, lacrosse, man. I've watched it. Have you seen a couple? Have you watched lacrosse?
I used to watch lacrosse games, and
Dude,
it reminded me of like almost ball hockey. And I was like, oh shit, I could be good at this because I could fucking rail people without getting penalties.
That's the one with the stick. That's a net, right?
Yeah, and you catch that heavy ball and
Yeah.
play around. Oh, I would kill in that. I think.
Canada's national sport there.
Yeah, that's our national sport, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, lacrosse. Yeah,
Yeah,
you didn't know?
You know what our national animal is?
The beaver.
Yeah.
No, or the goose.
No, it's the beaver. The beaver's Canada's national animal.
Is it?
Yeah, that and your family. Yeah. I like no, lacrosse really is the national sport. It's not hockey. It's lacrosse. It's not even basketball that was technically modern basketball was invented here, but still it's not that. It's lacrousses. And the national animal is the beavers. Yeah, did you know the US has a eagle?
Yeah, the bald eagle.
The bald eagle, and us, we're like, don't worry about it, bro.
Don't worry, bro.
We got fucking Toothosaurus tail over here.
We got our rodent,
bro.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I wonder if there's a dumber one like anywhere else in the world. Like Wales, the country Wales it's a missed opportunity. It's called Wales. You'd think their mascot would be a whale.
Yeah.
It's a dragon.
Really?
That's cool though, a dragon.
No, I'm saying the dragon is cool, but it's a missed opportunity to be the country that is represented by a goddamn whale.
Yeah, but even if you were called whales, would you honestly choose a whale over a dragon?
Well, then I call myself the dragons. I'd call myself Dragonia.
Oh, I just googled the 20 strangest national animals.
Yeah.
Scotland,
100%.
the unicorn.
Scotland has a fake animal.
Yeah.
No wonder nobody takes them seriously.
North Korea.
We have a fake animal on our coat of arms also.
No, but our national animal isn't a fake animal.
Hold on.
Have you ever seen a beaver? I
Yeah.
don't mean on TV.
I've seen a beaver.
Lies.
I've seen a beaver, yeah.
North Korea,
fucking
the
beavers.
Holima, which is a flying horse.
Like a Pegasus.
Yeah.
Mauritius, the dodo bird.
The dodo bird's real, bro.
Yeah, the dodo
I
bird.
know. Aren't they extinct?
Maybe. I don't know enough about the dodos.
I just love how the natural reflex for Phil was to check the other animals. Oh, let me check the other animals here.
Yeah.
Other countries' animals.
Papua New Guinea,
Yeah, I'm checking.
the dugong.
The what?
The dugong.
But I guess that's another real animal.
Yeah, it's
Those are
a
Pokemon.
sea mammal.
Go to the national
The
animal of
Komodo
Greece.
dragon, Indonesia.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What's
This
Greece's
is a
national
national
animal?
animal. Greece.
The phoenix. What?
That's pretty good.
Who?
The phoenix.
Rise from the ashes.
Yeah.
Greece has the phoenix?
It should have been the
Yeah.
double-headed eagle, bro.
I mean, that's not a
that's
real
dope
animal.
as
Neither is the
fuck.
phoenix.
Now there's the phoenix, yeah. Wait, why
Yeah.
do we have the phoenix? That's since the junta. We just
Yeah, ever since in 1828, the phoenix was introduced as the first currency of the modern Greek state. The name of the currency was meant to symbolize the rebirth of Greece.
Oh, okay,
as
that
the
makes
Greek
sense.
War
Yeah.
of independence.
That's why the
raged
junta
on.
used
Yeah.
the phoenix and Metaxa also.
I thought it was the owl.
The owl? No, that's an Athenian thing.
Yeah, that's Athens
That's
thing.
the official animal of Athens.
Yeah.
It's a cute little owl.
Because back in the day when Athens was in power, it's like somebody banged my little boy. Who did that? Who?
Top shelf comedy right there.
Welcome to Sparta. All Athenian nonsense all day. Sparta TV. We're making fun of Athenians.
Sparta.
Yeah. How funny is that? That's how they would.
great.
Back in the day, the Spartans would be like, "These fags, we gotta fight these the guys banging little boys." Seriously, like they. If you look at the old insults, bro, it's so fucking funny.
In Sparta, it's the wolf.
Yeah, Spartans don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they're all gone.
In Crete, I believe the national animal is the shotgun.
I thought it was that funny goat that you guys have, the kri-kri.
Well, you the tzitzika.
No, it's a goat.
Oh, hold on.
That weird goat that lives only in Crete.
The best was what is it, Zonyana in Crete? When I found out when I was there, when I was watching the news, because it's like their own little area, right? Like it's kind of self-governed by the mob there, and they were sending helicopters, and then you see in the news these guys had. I was like, these guys have rocket launchers, and they were fighting and the police just said, "All right, fine, you guys are in charge." I was like, who the fuck? How did they get rocket launchers? They got them from Al Qaeda. Like, where did you get rocket launchers from?
I mean,
Don't
it's a
fuck
quick
around.
boat ride to Hezbollah.
Yeah, it's just so funny.
George, what is that? Dry cough? Wet cough?
Yeah, dry.
Bro, the
Wait, so I have wet cough.
Those guys down there don't mess around. I remember years ago there was a police operation because it's a marijuana central, right? So,
Yeah.
and I don't know if that's the same thing that you're talking about, Pantelis.
I
but
drove
yeah,
up there. I went up there.
They
Me
fought off
and
the
Milton went in
cops.
2007. Yeah, they had fought, but I remember going up and there was like checkpoints of people with, and I was like, who the fuck are they? Why they give me weird looks? It's because I wasn't from there, and I was going all the way up. It was beautiful, by the way.
By the way,
Yeah,
this has nothing to do with any news.
Oh God.
But if you want availability at 1 and 1:30,
Today
yeah.
we have a podcast at 2.
I was gonna say you do it at 1 and I go at 1:30 and I come back after. What do you think?
For what? For the test?
Maybe if I the barber. Okay, yeah, maybe I could do it at 1. Yeah, I'll go in right away.
Maybe because he just texted me. That's why. So
Tell him 1 p.m. I'm gonna be there. Tell him. And
Yeah?
then I gotta run back. Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Where's your barber? Is he close to the studio?
No, he's in Laval.
Oh shit, you're not gonna make it.
You don't know me, bro. You don't know me, bro.
I don't even
I'm
know
gonna
what to
make
say
it.
to this conversation.
But because it doesn't take long for me, he's gonna trim the beard so I don't look homeless. He's gonna clean the sides and the back. Because my hair, the actual hair, I gotta go to a hairdresser to get it done. So
You
him
go to
is
two
just-
separate people for different hair on your... Really?
Let me ask you a question, Phil. What part of diva do you not understand?
I mean,
I used to go to one. I used to only go to one. But she got pregnant, and then she stopped cutting hair.
bro, you're so virile. She cut your hair and you got her pregnant?
That's what. Yeah, that's what I was cutting. So she would do everything. But the thing is now, my guy here, he's fucking excellent about the sides and the beard, all that. But he's a guy who does, whatever people like fades and short hair. He's not good with long hair. When he cut it last time, I didn't like it. I need a woman that knows about long hair, does layers and shit. So yeah, that's why I tie it up now. It's not layered properly.
One of the perks of the pandemic, when you're bald, I just fucking shave it off and I'm done.
Yeah, I'm the Nancy Pelosi of the Montreal Congress.
You gotta support these guys, man.
Yeah, I support local big time.
Are they going to be open now? No, they're not, huh?
Well, maybe not for
think
you,
they
but
are.
they're
No,
open
I
for the
think they
homies.
are.
No,
Barbershop?
barber shops are open. I don't know, bro. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know anymore.
What
with this.
about barbershop quartets?
But the thing is, here's the thing. I don't mind. I'm not saying my problem with the lockdowns and all that right now is that it's extended so far because of the half-assery. It should have been like a Band-Aid. One hardcore month instead of a year of fuckery.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my
why
issue.
everyone's pissed. Like,
Yeah, I'm not saying don't lock up, cough in people's mouths, lick handrails. It's not what I'm saying. It's the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm saying stay safe. However, we should have went hardcore once, get it over with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with you 100%. I mean, very rarely, but yeah, I agree with you 100%.
I would have, if it was that month, let's say we did that month, forget getting paid. I would unpaid 100% volunteer for that month since I'm not in the risk category to put my mask on and go deliver food, old folks, all that stuff. I would 100% volunteer, and I'd volunteer his services too. 100% to get it over in 1 month. Work hard for 1 month and do that. I wouldn't mind. But
now he's spending so much time trying to kind of stay not the villain of the story, Legault, right?
But Legault's not. He's not the villain of the story. Like in reality, yes, some of the stuff now seems reactionary, right? And we're upset. But again, he's a guy that inherited. Like he didn't even inherit a problem appeared on his lap that there was no precedent for. And he didn't want to take a chance. He didn't want to take a risk. So with a lot of things, he didn't want to take a risk pissing people off, and he didn't want to take a risk killing people. So it led into this fucking limbo zone spiral where he didn't know what the right thing to do was. But there's no malicious intent behind it. No. Even Trudeau, there's no malicious intent. Trudeau,
and don't forget, there's a lot of stuff that he can't control. Well, actually, there's a lot of stuff that he could control because it falls under provincial jurisdiction. But for example, the traveling, I'm almost convinced that had this been provincial jurisdiction, nobody would be able to come in or come out or go out of Quebec. I'm sure that he would have locked everything down.
Yeah, he would have locked for sure.
In fact, from week one, he was telling Trudeau to close down the borders and to stop the flights. And I think
people are still traveling.
Traveling. I mean, look, people are getting prepared to go down south. There was a whole article yesterday. Can't remember where I read it.
The Cubans haven't been through enough. We're gonna infect them with coronavirus now.
I mean,
do they have corona in Cuba?
I'm sure they have it.
Bro,
I mean, is it under control?
Well, it's under control. If they have it, they shoot it.
Who knows? Would you trust any information coming out of Cuba?
Yes.
Nowadays, maybe a bit more.
They already had to deal with my AIDS, bro. Now they got to deal with COVID.
What?
Cuba? What?
What?
Oh, you gave them AIDS when you went down there?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Of the Cubans AIDS.
Cuban goes down there. They're like, Poseidon, we have AIDS for you. They meant people to help him. He's like, oh, I already have AIDS.
Thank you. Let me just get into this natural water supply you all drink from.
I already have it. I don't see them. No, you can't see it. It's in my bloodstream.
It's in my blood, man.
And they're like, oh, Dios mío. No.
Sangre.
You could have told me this before you fucked all the staff.
Are you dogging them, Mr. Poseidon?
Mr. Poseidon. Yo, what do you plan for the holidays now, guys? G, what are you gonna do for Christmas with the kids?
Well, yeah, it's gonna be just us and the kids basically. There's nothing else that could happen. So, we don't know.
You bring in any of the family over or no?
No, we can't. We can't bring. Well, my in-laws are part of our bubble already, so they're probably gonna come over.
Are you still part of that bubble, George?
Big question mark. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if I'm in my own family's bubble anymore.
Feliz Navidad.
That's funny.
No, we're not doing anything either, though. We're not gonna see anyone. We might do like an outdoor, like just to see everybody.
I'm gonna bring my mom over.
Sorry?
I'm gonna bring my mom over.
I mean, your mom was alone. Technically, you're alone.
Yeah, people that are alone, they're allowed to go over.
Even if they weren't, do you think I'd leave her alone on Christmas? Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, that's one of the main reasons that I'm across the office right now and not sitting in a close space with you. I don't want to fuck up your Christmas and then you can't see your mom who's by herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
me, I don't want to kill her. That's my thing. That's why I was saying, if you have anything, don't give it to me. Because I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm keeping my distance. I mean, I don't have fucking corona, but I don't want to get you sick either way. Now, trust me, getting sick during COVID in the winter is stressful. It's not fun.
I think getting COVID at any point must be stressful because of everything that's going on. The news. Sometimes, even last night, I had trouble breathing, but I think it was anxiety induced. I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought I had coronavirus. And then I realized I'm probably being anxious and not being able to breathe because I made myself think I have coronavirus. It's like a vicious cycle.
Honestly, this whole deep dive into like anxiety and mental health that I've done to try and like solve these stupid problems that I've been having, it's crazy what the brain can fucking do to you. You know that if you're scared of something, corona, for example, and you're anxious about it, your brain will give you the symptoms you fear the most.
Yeah. Your brain's an asshole.
Like, I've been having like these shoulder pains for years, right? I thought that was just bad posture.
Okay.
I mean, today, if it were to start right now, I can literally take a second and stop the pain. It's completely anxiety related.
It's psychosomatic, as they say.
Yeah, it's psychosomatic, 100%.
That's what the kids are saying.
It's
Did I need to pay $160 an hour to figure that out? Probably not. I should have Googled it, but whatever.
No, even Google wouldn't help you. You need a professional to tell you, bro, you're a fucking idiot sometimes.
No, I got a good dude. I like this guy. He's all right.
Your shrink?
Yeah, the shrinka.
I've committed to not going to shrinks. I've thought about it and I said, fuck shrinks. I handle my business myself.
No, I agree.
I would never go to a psychiatrist, I don't think, because they're too quick to give out like meds. But he's a psychologist. It's different. So
I don't like any of these psychs.
I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot more like me talking about shit, but it's not. It's all about like, all right, so you might have a panic attack. What are you going to do? I was like,
Panic?
what do you mean? He goes, what's your protocols to not have a panic attack? I'm like, that's pretty straightforward. Okay.
It's like, what's your protocol for not having a panic attack? I don't fucking know, bro. I'm panicking.
You know what?
That's the point, though. You're supposed to fix that.
You know what helped me with my anxiety a bit? I just wrote down everything I'm grateful for in my life.
And it made you happy.
Yeah.
It made me happy. And then every time I get stressed out or whatever, I get angry or upset, I think about those things.
He thinks
That's
of
it.
I mean, that's actually what?
He thinks of Pantelis.
What am I
He
grateful?
He takes out a picture of Pantelis. Okay.
Oh. Saint Pantaleimon.
He's like, guys, I have this list about things I'm grateful for. And like, that's just a picture of Pantelis. Yeah.
That's all I need.
Inside, I read the whole list, though. Like, this is a list for me.
It's
No,
like
no,
when
but
you pray.
Pantelis'
You have an
beard.
icon, you have the icon, but you have like all this prayer. Yeah, this guy has Pantelis, and he just goes through the list in his head.
There's something you should give the patrons, little icons of you, like religious style.
You're going to have, it's funny because our main focus to grow the business is non-government help. It's like to grow the Patreon, all that. And if it keeps growing and everything goes well, he's going to have a fucking fun year because I'm going to keep him super busy. As long as I have money to pay him, I'm going to keep this guy with
When are you
5
gonna
hours of
pay me?
sleep. Huh? What?
When do we start getting paid, me and George?
George is going to start getting paid when he stops spewing government propaganda.
Okay, what about me?
You're going to start getting paid when you stop coming in here and getting us sick.
I didn't get anybody sick.
You need to stay home longer. The less I see of you, the more likely it is for you to get paid.
I mean, I could definitely swing that. By the way, it's super random. I don't know. I've missed 2 episodes, so I don't know if you guys have spoken about it. Have you seen Schultz Saves America yet?
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I realized watching it last night? First of all, I enjoyed it. I enjoy him. I think he's funny.
He's a good dude.
But I realized the entire miniseries felt like a supercut of This Just Thing.
Well, that's that's the format. The format is.
No, I don't mean the format. I mean the content itself. The way, like, even his opinions, it felt like I was watching us do stories. Like some of the stuff he did, like, I can't remember one specific example right now. I mean, we had done verbatim the same jokes on This Just Thing.
Yeah, dude. We're Schultz we're in the same wheel. We're that, at least for me, like my comedy people. That's the camp I fall in.
I think so. I think he appeals to a broader majority than you do sometimes, though.
For sure.
Because he plays it safe a little bit. Like he'll stop and explain himself sometimes.
Yeah, I'm a goddamn bulldozer.
I mean, that's what you got me for, right?
Yeah, you're the calm guy that people can be like.
I'm the apologist.
Maxime Guy
Guys, we don't
Gravel
actually mean to stop black people, you know?
dropped $10 in the super chat, telling everyone that he's the #1 fan. He just
Who's this?
Maxime Guy Gravel. He just stepped all over everyone. He says, "I am the #1 fan," and he somehow found an emoji of naked Poseidon dancing.
Hey, yeah, and he's even got the fucking Poseidon band on.
Yeah, the Poseidon headband. Yeah, I don't know how he got that gif of
Wow,
you.
that's members only.
Members only, bro.
Our love is your payment, Phil. Thank you for your love.
Yeah. Also,
I think
Phil
last
actually
pictures
has.
of Greece.
Phil is a man that actually has a business and can do work. Poseidon is
right now.
moments away from living in a cardboard box. So I got to take care of Poseidon.
Yeah, that's fair. No, it's pretty rough right now. There's not a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. What were you saying?
Speaking of comedy, though, I haven't seen the Schultz thing special, but the other day I saw the Jim Gaffigan, the one where he tours Canada or whatever.
Watch that.
It was not good. I don't know.
Well, can I tell you something about these specials, George? Why it wasn't good? Jim Gaffigan is a fun comedian that appeals to like a broad audience, you know, because it's safe too. The problem is when they come out too soon, when they come out too often. These specials, same thing with Kevin Hart, right? So I'll have a good special, but then if the contract is like, okay, once a year or once every 10 months, you have to come out with something new. It can't be as good as the one before because the one before normally you had time. You know what I mean? Like right now, if I would do an hour special, it would be cheating because I've got to work out and tweak this for a couple of years now. You know what I mean? So I would do stuff that I know works, games that I would play. But then after that comes out, if you tell me, Pantelis, that was fucking good, in 5 months, come out with another hour, I'll come out with another hour. But there's no way in 5 months it's going to be as good as the other thing that took me years to build. It's like bands.
Kevin Hart special wasn't that bad. It was okay.
But it's not like when he has time. When these comics, you give them time. Yeah. Fuck, man. There's some good shit that comes out of it.
By the way,
I like him as an actor. He's fun, but
explain to him. I gotta go in and out.
Are fine. Huh? Chappelle. The last special. Chappelle is a fucking. He's not even a comedian for me anymore. He's something else.
But Chappelle is on Mount Rushmore. Like, you know how I have like Montreal has its own legends, this and that. And like Mount Rushmore for Montreal right now, to me at least, for Quebec, the only person on it would be Mike. But there's other people that could probably get there. But there's still legends. But for Mount Rushmore, it's very hard to get up there. Chappelle, he's alive, and he's on the Mount Rushmore of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Pryor's there. Carlin is there.
Carlin.
So he's something else. Chappelle is it's like stream of consciousness. He knows how to always be funny by still putting his ideas out there, his point.
He's just funny, and he's having a different conversation, but he's also funny.
Yeah. And he's the good thing about Chappelle too is because there's people that are funny that I like their jokes, but they're not as what am I gonna say, amicable, like likable. Whereas him, you like to see him, like there's something about him.
I want to hang out with him.
Yeah, I want to hang around with him. Exactly, he's likable. He's very likable, which helps.
What was he? I was watching something he did on My Next Guest with Letterman.
Okay.
Where the guy, he's like, so I found out you're a Muslim. He's like, okay. Like, he just didn't give a shit about the question. It was fantastic. He's like, oh, you want me to talk about this now? Oh, okay. Sure. Well, I converted because I love God. It was just like patronizing Letterman. It was amazing.
That's funny.
But that's a good show too, though. Eh? My Next Guest.
All right.
That's not a good show.
I do prefer bearded Letterman than clean-cut Letterman.
I'm a man of the beards.
But it's fine. Like, whatever. It's an okay show. It's an old format that is trying to fit into a new medium, I think is the right way to put it, no?
By the way, Poseidon came up with an observation yesterday, and he was totally on point. No, it wasn't you. It was Guido.
Yeah.
So we recorded the next episode of The Intellectuals, which comes out Thursday night on this channel at 8 p.m. And Poseidon and I were showing him what TikTok is, right? Doesn't know.
He's never seen TikTok.
No, he didn't get what it was. And then when he started seeing all these videos, young girls and older women of, the twerking and the music videos, the half naked, like it was just full, right? All these different women. He at first like, what the fuck? This is happening just right now, just like that on TikTok. I go, yeah. And then I go, look, like these girls, I go, probably not even like these are like 15-year-old girls. Like someone's father is gonna go crazy if he sees this shit, right? And then I was like, I don't know why there's so many, because I remember when I was young in high school, it wasn't this rampant, like that kind of. And then he looks at me, he goes, you know what this is? He goes, this is the product of a full generation that had access to porn. That it's true. That then gave birth to a generation that had access to even more porn. He goes, so everything is like there's not really a taboo. Yeah. And I thought about it. I go, he might be fucking right, because us in high school, everything was like, how are you gonna get this? It was so like porn wasn't easily accessible. Like, you wouldn't see.
No, it was you'd get it one fucking scan line at a time.
Yeah, so there was some. You know what I mean?
George remembers.
People were cool. Yeah, George had dial-up internet.
If you had internet, yeah.
Yeah.
I had dial-up, and if they were in a weird pose, you'd only get one nipple at a time. They're not even coming in at the same time.
But I think because it goes in these waves. I think that because this generation is very, very promiscuous and this and that, I think that the one after them is going to rebel by being more conservative. Because that's what normally happens in generations.
Yeah, it goes through waves like that. It's like how some generations are very liberal and some generations are very conservative in the sense of like, patriotic.
Because the next generation after them...
for repeating what Pantelis just said. Poseidon.
Yeah, because I think the next generation after them is going to be like, Mom, my friends at school keep making fun of me because there's videos of you at 15 showing your pussy.
Stop being a whore, Mom.
Yeah, so they're going to rebel by going the opposite route. And then it's going to go again. It's going to...
It's possible, and it's very likely that you're right, but I wonder. I think this all has to do with, like, after the whole sexual revolution and, like, more people being less controlled by dogmas of religion. Yeah. I mean, there was a gray zone where things were good, and now it's just gone too far.
Mathieu Levesque dropping a Dixie, dropping a tenner in the chat, also saying, have a happy Christmas, everyone. Keep the good work on yourself, Poseidon. You are improving every day.
Oh, I thought he dropped a dick.
A Dixie.
Oh, Dixie,
A Park X10.
A Dixie chick.
Yeah. Claudio's here saying, hey, folks, Claudio woke up late this morning. Claudio, the first rule of Fight Club is wake up. Wake up early and get your shit done. Am I right, Poseidon?
Yes.
Get up and stay up.
Yeah, Poseidon's learning that too. He's learning to wake up. You know what Poseidon did yesterday? He spent hours working on DaVinci Resolve.
Really?
Yeah, and then he's like, I don't know why I was so scared. You were right. Once you get it, it's easy and fun. This is so. He was scared of wave lines, which makes sense. He goes,
I wasn't scared of
it looked overcomplicated.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? But
What do you mean wave lines? Oh, waveforms.
Yeah, like whenever he would
the
open up.
levels.
But same thing when George first started doing podcasting, he was like, remember he was panicking, and then I told him, George, calm down. I do this. I'm a dummy. You're gonna be okay. And then look at him now. George is a one-man podcasting operation.
At 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Hey guys, should I buy this microphone? I don't think I forgot, George, that you turned on me last week when I wasn't here. I don't think I forgot.
It was 2 weeks ago. I didn't turn on you. I just said that you're always sick, which is fact.
That is fact that you get sick a lot.
I have kids.
What's the? I have kids too.
I actually take care of my kids. Like, I don't let my in-laws do it. So.
Oh, barabu barabip.
You dirty fuck.
What's the DaVinci thing?
DaVinci Resolve is a nonlinear editor. Probably the industry standard.
It's like Adobe Premiere, but it's free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only the HD version is free, though.
The what?
HD, if you want to work in 4K, you got to pay for it.
Okay, yeah, we don't use 4K yet.
I'm just saying. Like, you can't even import a 4K file.
oh shit.
It doesn't allow you have to pay it. I don't know if it's subscription based. I forget what it's like now. To be
Adobe
honest.
subscription pays like I gotta pay like $70 a month for the entire suite or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Have you tried to cancel your Adobe subscription? Because like now I want to cancel AI because I don't need it anymore. If I need it, I'll get it.
Okay.
I can't get the fucking cancellation page.
Oh, I've canceled before. I'll help you out. It's very easy.
Jesus Christ, please.
Yeah.
I suggest.
Are you doing it on your phone? Just do it on the computer.
Yeah, I think maybe that's probably what's stopping me.
The phone always fucks me too. It's different, the mobile layout. But if you go on your computer, there's always like once you go into your settings, into your account,
Cancel,
it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I don't need fucking AI for $45 a month. Fuck that.
I pay for the whole suite, everything, because I need it. I need everything. I need Photoshop. I need Audition. I need everything for all the podcasts. Like even last night, like my days don't stop, right? Because the whole point of the Patreon is to keep giving shit out. So like I in the day I edited, I dropped stuff. So
Sorry, I just spilled everything.
So 3 o'clock, I was editing an episode that I'm gonna post later. Then by 4 something, I had finished everything I had for the day. Then I came here at 10 o'clock at night to record with those two idiots, and then I went home around midnight. And then at midnight, I edited the intellectuals to get it done. And I changed like their layout, like I changed how their name comes up and all that stuff. I added a little thing for the top 10 list that they do, and then I went to bed around 2, and I couldn't sleep. And now I woke up to do this. Then I could go get a haircut, come back to another podcast at 2. So I need the software because I can't have any hiccups. When I sit down, I can't have any trouble. I need that stuff to edit because or else I'd be fucked. I wouldn't be able to manage my schedule.
I mean, I do everything more or less that I do inside of Final Cut. I use Photoshop and stuff, but like the rest of the creative suite, I don't really need. I use Photoshop, I use Lightroom, and it's all Final Cut for me. Even my audio stuff for the podcast, like for Fill My Hole, I do it inside of Final Cut.
But you can never change now from Final Cut because I've seen you use Final Cut. It's
wizardry.
He's been using it for so many years and he's so comfortable with it because he's made so many videos and all that it's like an extra limb. It's kind of like when you're a good driver. Like when I first started driving, the car was not an extra limb for me. Now it was a tool. Now the car is like it's like how people that know how to use guns.
Yeah.
They don't pull the trigger, they squeeze.
Yeah.
It's like that. So that's how he is with Final. I've seen him with Final Cut, everything.
I've been cutting on Final Cut for 11 years. I mean, there was a period where I left and I went to Adobe because the original Final Cut 10 was so bad. But now
initially before the updates.
Yeah, when they first transitioned from Final Cut 7 to FCPX, it was trash. Like beyond, it was like iMovie or like Movie Maker. It was just trash. You couldn't use it. So we all kind of jumped ship. But over the years, they've brought it back. I mean, it's better than it ever was. And it is, and I'll argue anyone who fights me on this, it is the fastest editor. of all of them because it's doing background tasks so efficiently that you're just flying through. You don't even notice it. You should see me fucking edit when I have wheels, like knobs. I'm even faster.
Have you seen that loop deck thing?
Yeah, I was looking at it. It's a bit too expensive for what it is. Like, it's a little gimmicky, but there's... oh, no, Loop Deck is fantastic. Sorry. I was thinking about Tile, the other ones that connect together. The Loop Deck, the new one, I want it. It's like $500. I'm really considering it.
Yeah, I don't need it, but it looked amazing. Like, if I was in your shoes... don't say it to...
Eventually.
Don't tell George, because George, knowing him, he's going to end up fucking buying it. It's going to collect dust in the corner.
You don't need this, George. This is...
I'm just curious to know what that is.
Do you remember before digital video how they used to edit? Had you ever seen the editing machines? What they looked like? It was a lot of knobs and dials, and you don't have to scroll. That's what it is, but for a digital workflow.
Okay.
It's like a MIDI controller, like you would for music.
There's another software that came out. I don't know if you guys follow Peter McKinnon. I know Phil, you do.
Yeah.
He did a video on that.
Which one?
Luminar.
What the fuck is that?
It's this new thing, and he did his last video on his channel. If you want to go see it,
I haven't seen the last one, but I'll check it out.
He did it live, like the first time he used it. So he picked out a couple pictures and to edit the sky and all these things.
It's a photo editor.
Yeah, it's a photo editor. And it looked really amazing. So
Do you still take photos, George?
What'd you say?
You still take photos?
Yeah, not as much as I used to, but yeah.
You should come to the studio one day, get a behind-the-scenes photo shoot of me, Phil, everyone doing our stuff.
Yeah, man. Whenever you guys want.
I have something controversial I want to discuss.
Oh, nice.
I mean, controversial for the channel, not for like the world.
Oh.
I've been toying with the idea that maybe it's time to officially retire this just thing and make place for new types of content.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
I don't mind. I mean, it's not like we're doing enough as is. So
I want to do more though. Like honestly, watching Schultz, how he grew in the pandemic.
Yeah.
I realized that we have all the tools to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
The only problem is that I'm spending more time being next to you than I am behind the camera, which is where I should be most of the time.
True.
I don't mean the morning show. This is fine. Like I love doing this.
Yeah, you told me I've already kicked you off the morning show repeatedly. And you said no, I love doing this. I said, is it blocking your work? And you're like, no, I like being on here.
I mean, when I can't be here, I can't be here. That's fine.
Yeah, nobody cares. Yeah, like I don't mean nobody cares. Like I know that's not what I mean. I mean nobody cares. Like there's no ill will. Like if you can't make it, I don't mean nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. No, I mean like nobody. Like you don't have to stress. If you can't make it, you can't make it. Yeah. Oh, did he leave?
He's gone. He got pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
There, now he came back.
He's muted now, though.
Yeah.
Your audio is off. Your audio is off.
You're muted. We can't hear you. No. You see, you wanted to fuck around, Phil. This is what happens. Maybe your mic is dead.
Maybe the battery died.
No, he still has lights on it.
Well, that's what happens. Fuck around, get filled.
I like that.
You're welcome.
I like that saying.
He's gonna walk in the studio now.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm back. Fuck. Okay.
He can literally sit in front of me. But no, Phil, what I meant, because I guess you cut off, is not nobody cares, like nobody gives a shit. I meant like there's no ill will. Like you could that's the beauty of this. You know what I mean? There's no, I think once it grows a bit more, like we need just a couple more months. Oh, I think he's back. There he is.
You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. I don't know what just happened.
I unmuted Phil and remuted him, and then now it's working.
Nice.
You know he had muted me. That's what happened. Huh?
No. I unmuted the Skype call and then remuted it, and then you're coming in through the mic again.
Okay.
I don't know.
Perfect.
That's
weird.
bizarre. Anyways, whatever. It's a glitch.
But yeah, Phil, what I like about it, once it grows a bit more, like we'll see how many patrons we get in the next couple of months. We'll grow it a bit more. I have ideas. I need him to train some people. You know how many dude, I received so many CVs last week.
For what?
Because Friday, Poseidon...
Oh, because you almost fired him, yeah.
No, I did fire him, and then he begged for his job back. But Poseidon also decided he was going to take a break for a while, go on vacation a bit, which was going to do him some good. And I said, that's cool. And then I said, people send in their CVs because maybe I could train some people who has some backups, right? And as soon as the CV started rolling, he saw how many were there. He's like, I'm not taking fucking break. I don't think he thought they were gonna take his job. He panicked. He's like, nope,
replaceable
nope.
Poseidon.
Yeah, he's like, not on my watch. He goes, no one's replacing me. He took it very serious. I haven't seen him that serious, and then it motivated him.
That's
and then he
funny.
started playing with editing software and shit. He's like, I'm gonna be a better version of me. He started, yeah. He wants to become irreplaceable.
Honestly, that's what this fucking pandemic needs to be. We need to all, like, the ones of us who come out better, we win the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's it.
So next year for you, what's the goal there? Become a better producer, learn how to do all these software editing stuff.
Yeah, producer, better podcaster, learn acting for real this time.
Learn acting for real this time. I learned fake acting last time.
But you know what I mean? Meaning I hadn't actually taken it seriously.
Learn acting.
No, I mean, okay, hold on.
For
sorry,
real
hold on.
this time.
I didn't phrase this properly.
Bro.
I didn't actually.
Last time I played role of stalker, I did not stalk prostitute. Now I will stalk prostitute. I am Jack the Ripper of Montreal.
No, meaning I didn't
Jack
take
off
it
the
as
Ripper.
seriously
Yeah.
as I'm supposed to. Like, I didn't respect it that much.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to take it much more seriously. I'm going to take everything much more seriously.
Do you respect wood?
I guess.
Oh
yes.
no, I see this one. Oh no.
No, it's a Curb Your Enthusiasm reference.
Oh.
Do you respect wood?
Do you respect yourself?
So he respects himself enough now to. I told him to make a list for the new year of attainable goals that he wants to achieve. I made a list as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're basically in therapy. That's what therapy is. It's a lot of fucking list making. You're just doing it yourself.
I don't think that's therapy. I think that's just being. We call it therapy, bro, but I think that's just being a positive person.
What does therapy
bro.
mean, Poseidon?
What?
What does therapy mean? Literally,
To
like,
heal,
what does
I
it mean?
guess? I don't know. Like,
To
it's
heal and make
therapy.
better.
Yeah.
I mean, that's therapy. That's all it is. It's therapeutic.
No, but I mean, we say making down a list of your goals and everything. We call that therapy. I think it's just being the way you're supposed to do. It's just supposed to be if you want to be successful. I think you got to put out more positive
That's
than
what you got to
negative.
do to make yourself better, right?
You know what I mean? It has
Do
I
make
don't
it
think-
better.
just-
Do.
No, but look, I'm not expressing properly right now.
No, there's no reason to argue with me here. Like, we're saying the same thing. I'm
Yeah.
just,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. I see what you mean.
George is like, fuck all
No, but
these
I'm not trying to argue.
bitches making their fucking lists. I'm gonna go and, I don't know, fucking nap while someone else raises my kids.
No. It's definitely. I recommend it to everyone to make a list because if you write it down and also you have goals, it helps you reach it.
Yes.
Because if you don't write it down, then you're kind of willy nilly. But if you write it down, it gives you a reason. You have a target.
Why are you bringing sexuality into this? I don't understand.
What?
Just
Phil's
because
Phil's
you-
goal is to finally have sex. Look, one of these. I got. He yells at his wife.
I didn't mean sex. I said sexuality. You said the willy nilly.
Willy nilly, yeah. Is that a sexual
Yeah.
term now?
No, it's not.
No, I mean it might be. Check out
I
Urban
thought willy
Dictionary,
nilly
whatever.
meant like wishy washy type of thing.
I feel like it means wishy washy. Am I wrong, Phil?
No, I was just fucking around. You're right.
It is. Willy nilly and wishy washy are interchangeable, no?
I believe so.
We might be wrong, though.
I think
Wishy-washy. I've never said wishy-washy. That sounds like something my grandfather would say at the car wash. You make wishy-washy?
It does sound like that. Well, that's how I call the fluid. I go wishy washy fluid for the car. I need
Wishy-washy fluid,
I need
yeah.
some wishy
Yeah,
washy
wishy-washy.
fluid. I love that. It's like, what? Wishy washy fluid, bro. Give me some of that fluid.
wishy washy fluid. I feel like wishy washy is more to describe a person, but willy nilly is more
A thing that you're doing willy nilly.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
We're in agreement, Pasizi.
Yeah.
My dog is a little wishy washy. Like, what are you doing, dog? And she's like, no, no. My dog, I've been catching her. Like, every time I call her out on stupid shit, she turns into a cartoon. She just turns her whole head and like that and just stares at it.
That's what dogs do.
She's a goddamn cartoon. These are important conversations that we need. Oh yeah, about the list. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I wasn't shitting on it. I was just saying.
no, it helps,
Yeah.
right? It's a finish line.
I found this really cool app. It does it's cognitive behavioral therapy. I forget what it's called now, and it's not free. Like, it's a paid app.
I hope it's called
And,
Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, the app.
I mean, there is one called CBT. That's the name of the app, but that's not this one.
That's funny.
And it's basically they're like some little 10-minute sessions that you do to like reprogram your brain.
Okay.
And a lot of it is list making. I didn't realize because the way they present it to you, it like comes up in the middle of the session. You have to stop and like write a few things down, but it compiles your notes into a list, and you're like, oh fuck, I made a list. Shit.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
list making is
interesting.
Schindler was onto something. Like it's he's a pioneer.
I don't get that reference.
That's all right. That makes it funny.
And that's why I'm in a different room.
I
You're
got
welcome.
That's natural. I don't do it on. By the way, I don't do it on purpose. In one way, like I don't know another way to be.
You is who you is.
Yeah, it just comes in my head, and I'm like, this is funny, and it just comes out. But I feel like on the podcast, it should be a safe space for me to make jokes all the time. Because when I do it in real life, sometimes people are like, it's not the right time. Well, when is the right time, Janice? When is the right time?
Wednesday and Friday mornings from 10 to 12. That's the right time.
Yeah.
You plugged anything?
Actually, you know what? Poseidon, plug music. I got to plug to remind people. Links are in the description right now for Phil and for George. Now, let's start with Phil. Phil has his own podcast. Sleepy Phil over here has his own podcast called Fill My Hole, where he goes around filling gaping holes of questions. He interviews people and gets to the bottom of those holes. Phil also is a movie maker, a commercial taker. Reach out to Phil if you have a business and you want your business to succeed. If you want your business to sit back in 1983, 1993 without a website, without commercials, then do whatever the hell it is that you're doing. If you want your business to make it in the 21st century with commercials, a goddamn website, social media presence, then you go to the experts. You go to Phil Balabanos. Links in the description. Go to his website. Have him make a sexy ass commercial for you. Get that money pouring in. Now that I'm done with Phil.
Did you say money porn?
Money pouring in.
Oh, pouring it.
Money pouring.
We don't do those types of videos.
We also have G Funk over there. George Sandrizos, who hides out in the South Shore, but when he's not hiding, he's doing podcasts. The Backstage Podcast is where he catches politicians and other prominent members of society backstage and asks them all the hard-hitting questions you wish you could ask them, but can't.
Sir, why did you touch that little girl?
Yeah, he's right there. Yeah, he just pops in and out. How did he get backstage? It's kind of his thing. So, and the other thing he has is the Just Us Dads podcast. Here's the thing. He gets together with a bunch of other fathers, quote unquote. They're all fathers, right? They're either dudes who are enthusiastic about children or they have children of their own. I don't know. But they're very happy to talk about kids all day. So they get together and they talk about, is it hard raising a kid these days? How do I speak to these kids? You know, they bitch about society, their wives, or boyfriends. I ain't judging. And that's what it is. It's called Just As Dads. It's daddies that get together and they talk about children. Wishy-washy, willy-nilly. Also, links in the description. Follow George. Go to his website. The man makes videos, podcasts, takes photos. Was in politics for years. He's an interesting cat. That's why we have him bringing in the news. He's lived a life of 10 lives. Of 10 different people.
Liberal mouthpiece.
He used to be a liberal mouthpiece. That's true. He was a apologist of the liberals. And the man producing this wonderful show today is Poseidon. Poseidon's sitting in the corner. Let's take a look at that beautiful face of his. Yeah. Poseidon can be followed online. Instagram and Twitter, same handle, ThePoseidon69. Now, he is on Twitter, but he's obviously more active on Instagram. He is posting meme after 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 meme in his stories. It's getting annoying. There are too many memes a day.
Or sometimes videos with dogs in them.
Dog videos are cool. But limited to 3 memes a day, dipshit. But ThePoseidon69, follow him on Instagram and Twitter. Let him know you love him. If you want more exclusive content, if you want to
his memes.
Support this goddamn operation, head over to patreon.com/Pantelis. Join the nation. I've seen that there's been a couple of subscribers this week, so I got to see if any of them are eligible to enter any of our contests. So join that. There's also, some people don't like Patreon. That's why they stick to YouTube. So now we do have the YouTube Mafia. There's a join button. You can join the YouTube Mafia for some exclusive videos. And it's mostly for those emojis. And then people know that you're a member or whatever. I'm like one of these TikTok kids. I know what I'm doing. I'm getting in with the technology. Tickety talk, bro.
I'm cool.
Tickety
I'm
talk.
down with it.
I'm cool. I'm hip. I'm down with
willy-nilly, tiki-taki.
I'm down with the hood team.
Yeah, you wishy-washy fluid, tiki-taki in the engine. Tiki-tok,
Wait.
tok, tok when I'm driving.
Am I the only one who says wishy-washy fluid?
No, I say it too.
Yes.
You say it too, Poseidon?
I mean, you don't say anything of your own. He just taught you everything.
that is true.
What? No, I've always used to say.
I
this
am
to
your
watch.
mentor. Did you
You're
see?
like his asexual Padawan.
Yeah.
What?
I am.
He likes to play with his lightsaber sometimes.
Yeah. I'm the Obi-Wan to your Darth Vader, to your Anakin, I guess.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I feel like Poseidon's the Darth Vader to a bunch of young kids.
Like he murdered them
Like, it could happen one day.
with a lightsaber. Are you?
I'm not a Jedi Master. I'm gonna kill these kids.
That's kind of what he
the
did, eh?
prequels. Good times.
Son of a bitch.
Mandalorian.
I do
though.
masturbate a
Anybody
lot.
watching?
Never seen
Wait,
it.
what?
Is it good? Is it worth it?
What'd he say?
He said that he masturbates a lot, and then George is like, "Is it good? Is it worth it?"
Oh, I said Mandalorian.
No. Poseidon said he masturbates
No,
a lot.
I know.
you know, because I'm killing kids, right? Because I'm master. I'm
Oh, I get
it's a
it.
Stupid
Oh.
little.
I see Poseidon.
It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst.
That wasn't my worst one. Yeah.
But George, you're asking about the Mandalorian.
Yeah, you guys.
I love it.
I haven't seen. Actually, no. I think I saw one episode or two of the second season. But everyone tells me it's great and that the season finale was phenomenal. That's what they tell me.
Many a tears.
So what's the story? This is before the whole Star Wars thing.
Takes place 10 years after the Empire falls.
But isn't there like a baby Yoda somewhere? So how could it be after?
Well,
No, it's not. I mean, I don't want to spoil the series, but
they call it.
never pretend like we just call him that. No
Yeah.
one actually thinks he's Yoda.
He's not Yoda. They just call him Baby Yoda because he looks like a baby version of Yoda. It's probably Yoda reincarnated or some shit like that. Some hippie shit, probably. Yeah, there he is.
yeah, because they believe in
No,
the Force type of shit, right?
Yeah.
What?
So he's probably like a Buddha or Gandhi type of thing there, where he's reincarnated. Or that's what I think.
And like he was probably so powerful, Yoda, he could probably through the Force.
Yeah. Well, Yoda killed himself, right?
Yoda just got sick of answering questions.
Yeah. He's like, well, what about? What was like?
That is the best dad
Fuck
meme
yourself,
on the
go. And he just died.
Well, because even the
Ever seen
dark
that
side,
church?
even in the dark side, they could reincarnate themselves.
Oh, really?
Not
Oh,
reincarnate,
right.
bring themselves back to life, but it's very evil, like in a way, like the dark side. So maybe reincarnation with the Force, the good guys. This is how they do it. This
Okay,
is how they
let's not
bring.
go nerd deep on Star Wars.
This is how they
Okay,
bring
forget
themselves
Star
back to
Wars.
life.
I saw another documentary yesterday on the Prime called.
What do you mean? Another documentary like Star Wars is a documentary?
I meant like I've been watching a lot of documentaries. That's funny though, Phil. Good catch. That's hilarious. I saw another one of these docs. It
Have
was
you guys seen the one where they talk about a long time ago in a galaxy far away? Did you see that? Fuck conspiracy shit, bro.
yeah, bro. Why do they speak English down there? So
Yeah.
here's the thing. I saw what is it? The Fifth Kind. Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind.
I watched that.
It's the new Stephen Greer one. Can we?
Yes.
I'm so happy you watched it. Forget the content for a minute. The intro sequence.
It's so bizarre.
I was like, who edited this? I want to strangle him. Like a fucking like a music
all of a sudden
video in
it
the
cuts to
90s.
Greer.
I was like, what kind of fucking
It's-
documentary about aliens is this?
The beginning is terrible, and then all of a sudden, it just cuts to Greer, jacked as shit, wearing sandals.
Yeah.
In Batman's room from the Dark Knight trilogy, that white ceiling room, and he's like, a lot of my friends who came out against this are dead now, and he cries, and then he goes, "Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da."
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
So poorly edited the intro.
Poorly edited intro, however, very cool documentary.
Very interesting. I mean, I don't know that I believe anything that they're working to prove. I don't know.
For the record, my homie Alex Jones said a while back when he was on Rogan that aliens were not spacecrafts from other planets, that they were interdimensional beings that were teleporting here, and that's what Greer said.
Okay.
Yeah. They're
God damn.
By the way, the frog's gay thing, he said gay, but he was actually right about what he said. Well, I don't know why he said gay. It wasn't the frogs turning gay. It's that they were becoming hermaphroditic or whatever. The shit that was in the water was fucking with the frogs. But for some reason, he closed it in as they're making the frogs gay, which made it all seem ridiculous.
So he wasn't even wrong.
Well, he was wrong about it making them gay.
But he was okay. But he was right about the water fucking with a frog.
Yeah, the water was definitely fucking with the frogs. Nobody was disputing that. It's the way he said it that became viral.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Angrily spitting.
Yeah, nobody was disputing it. There was papers on it. Nobody was disputing it. It's just the way he said it became so ridiculous.
You think that's what my father meant with Subway, that it'll make you hermaphroditic because of what they put the chemicals?
No,
in
your
and shit?
father thought it makes you gay, and stop trying to get him a win.
But the man, if the man needs one, in life.
yeah.
Did he say this, Poseidon?
When he walked in and watched Poseidon and his brothers were watching The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
and his dad is extremely homophobic, and there was two dudes making out, and his dad said, "This is what's happening. They're trying to make you gay," from TV, and then he said, just like Subway, it's in the chicken.
And I tried to explain to him. That you can't turn gay, that you're born gay, and he went into a complete meltdown.
Yeah, he's like, gay is a choice.
Okay, Gus. Gus.
Yeah, Gus needs a win. Yeah, it's just too funny.
I don't even know what to say to this.
He's from the 1920s, bro. He built a time machine and came to the future.
God damn. Back to the
I like
Future.
that movie with Hugh Jackman.
What movie with Hugh Jackman?
The Time Traveler's Wife, isn't it what it's called?
Oh, is that good, that movie? I love
What-
time
no,
travel.
What it's called. It's the what? It's Hugh Jackman. You know, he builds like a time machine in the 1920s. That's not. I've gotten the title and the
guy
actor
from
wrong.
it's the guy from Memento.
I think I've seen that.
Oh, right, not Hugh Jackman.
What's his name?
Anyways, he built that spinning wheel. It's based on a book. Fuck, my brain won't come to me.
Yeah, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I
the
love
movie.
time travel movies.
Anyone in the chat know what the fuck I'm talking about? I need some help here.
I like
the guy
that.
that was in the guy that was in Memento. I
Guy
forget
Pearce.
Guy Pearce.
Is it Guy Pearce?
Yeah.
That's what Poseidon's internet.
This
search.
is the cast, and then Carrie A. Moss, the broad from The Matrix. Then you got Joe Pantoliano. This guy
Joe!
was in The Sopranos and was one of the traders in The Matrix.
Oh yeah, oh that guy, I like that guy.
Yeah, Mark Boone
Oh,
Jr.
yeah.
He was in the biker thing,
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
The biker thing.
I
like that
understood
we.
it too. That's the
I like
sad
that we
truth.
understood though. We're like, we get it. I get it.
Yeah, we're with you. We're here.
I had no idea what he's talking about. You guys watch way too
We
much.
know him a bit better.
You tell me you don't know about Sons of Anarchy?
Oh no.
You don't know what Sons of Anarchy is?
They don't
I'm
have that
gonna
in
flip
Broussard?
this fucking
don't.
table.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's where they all live.
That's
What is it?
bikers?
Bikers. It's a series.
Yeah,
you
it's,
never heard of Sons of Anarchy?
It's been on. Is it even still on?
It's no, it
No, it
finished. It ended pretty cool. Dude, George, it's on Netflix for free.
Okay, I'll check
I
it
mean,
out.
you still have to pay for
I think
Netflix.
they have all 5 seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't finished it, so I gotta go
problem.
finish it.
You're welcome, Dad.
yeah.
No, the TV goes on over here, and I watch Peppa Pig and The Wiggles and that kind of shit.
No,
now.
no, you gotta show your kids some real life. Show your
Just
kids some
watching
Sons of
that
Anarchy.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
What is-
conspiracy time. I'm convinced that Peppa Pig and also that other show that's made by the same creators, Ben and Holly, is an attempt by some deep state UK organization, MI17 or something, to take back America.
Holy shit.
Very close to what I believe. I believe that Peppa Pig is starring the Chancellor of Germany.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. Porque?
By the way, also, Peppa Pig is 7 feet and 1 inch tall.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I've read that once too. Who cares?
Yeah,
That's
and her
random.
father is 15 feet tall.
Yeah, they're gigantic.
I don't know exactly what Peppa Pig
Peppa
is.
Pig is this really poorly drawn, very British cartoon that effectively taught my daughter how to kind of be a bitch.
Really?
I mean, Peppa's so self-entitled and bitches about everything.
Do they have the accent?
Shit.
Yeah, they have the accent.
I mean, sometimes my
Hello,
daughter goes,
children.
Dad,
Tell your daddy to go fuck himself. Yeah, is that what they
No,
do?
they're not Cockney.
No,
But she'll say weird things like, instead of saying vacation, like, are we gonna go on holiday? Or, Daddy, my toy broke. Can you mend it? I'm like, can I what? Don't speak like that.
He just smacks her in the face. Listen, little princess, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You speak English in this
I
fucking
mean,
house.
We don't speak fucking funny English, but I mean, I don't mind her saying men. I'd rather she speak like that than like a bro from somewhere.
Yeah. Bro, let me ask you, can you fix this shit, bro?
Is Faye, is you here?
Yeah, and then you're like, no, go back to the British stuff.
Go right back into the vagina you
Next
came
time,
from.
she's, can I mend it? Tell her you can mend and defend. Your newfound friends. Defend them
Ta-da.
from their enemies. Dun, 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 Who's gonna get that
What is
reference? Who's gonna get that
that-
reference? Let's see in the chat.
Oh.
Don't say anything.
Oh
Let's
my
see in
god,
the chat.
is that? Oh, I think.
see in the
Okay, I
chat.
know what it is.
Let's see in the chat if anybody gets that reference. If not,
Power Rangers.
no. And
No.
and don't say anything. I want to see if anyone in the chat gets that.
Padeli, look at me on the screen. Can you see me on this
I'm
big
gonna look
screen
at
behind
the
you?
screen because then people are gonna. No, but everybody could see you.
Oh yeah, it's true. I'm on the split screen, huh?
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll
I
see
know
if
what it
anybody
is.
gets it.
That was the wrong music, by the way.
No, it
That you
wasn't.
hummed.
No. If anybody gets it, it's not the wrong music.
You hummed the Superman fucking theme.
I did not. And Gigi got it.
Of course, Gigi got it. He's a nerd.
Gigi's a good boy.
Let's see, was I right?
Gigi's a good boy. It was Reboot.
Yeah, I was right. Yeah, I wanted to go like this. Reboot. It's
Yeah,
glitch, man. You gotta mend and
it's-
defend.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking glitch.
Remember Reboot? Reboot was good.
Bro, Reboot was
You
I
never
used
watched
to-
Reboot either. What did you do as a child?
He was reading newspapers when he was a kid.
I don't remember you.
The
when I was-
GDP is yeah.
It's funny. I pictured George like as a child, but I picture him with the same head, just in like a child's body, like on a child's body. You know.
yeah.
It's like those.
Like Stuart, baby Stuart there. from-
Stewie.
Do you remember that movie, bro, where the guy is a baby, but it's got that actor's head? They did it with CGI, bro, but he's like a baby walking around. But he had a
I
full,
kind of remember that.
he had
I
a
don't remember
full
what it is,
adult
though.
man's head.
Yeah, that's fucking. I don't remember what that is.
Je ne me souviens pas.
Je
Oh,
ne me
Stewie,
souviens
you
pas.
meant.
He meant we all said Stewie. He said Stuart and threw you off. But he meant Stewie from Family Guy.
Yeah.
You ever heard
Stuart?
of Family Guy?
I have.
Is that still
Family
on?
Guy.
I think so.
Familiar.
Yeah, it's still on. Family Guy's still on.
Family.
I think it is. I don't know.
I think it should be. I don't know. I mean, Family Guy.
I've been watching Lower Decks. It's fantastic on Adult Swim.
Okay.
I mean, are you a Star Trek fan at all?
No,
Have you ever watched
I'm
the
not.
movies?
I'm not a hater. I've seen some of the movies. I know what Star Trek is. I've seen a lot of the
I mean,
episodes.
Lower Decks is basically it's a cartoon, it's an animation, and it basically doesn't focus at all on like the bridge crew. It's just like these three fuck ups who work in the basement level.
Okay, it's a
And, like,
cartoon.
the fucking weird. Yeah, it's amazing though. Like one of their episodes may be the greatest like piece of Star Trek parody ever made. Like it makes fun of every movie, every trope. It's fantastic.
Really?
14, 15-minute episodes, you know?
By the way,
It's like-
so I want to do a little bit of a web series thing for us here. Are we gonna
Mm-hmm.
go short like that? Like 15 minutes is too long?
15 minutes might be perfect, I guess. Let's say 1462 because Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
I like that. I like that reference.
Or was that the wrong year?
Poseidon.
What was the year, Phil? You said 1462?
62 or 1642?
No.
When did he sail?
Give him. Start giving the plugs, Poseidon. Go
Butt
to you.
plugs.
Oh, Poseidon.
Oh, you want me to give?
Yeah, give the plugs.
Oh,
Poseidon.
shit. All
Make
right.
yourself useful.
I'm not useful.
Irie.
All right. So I don't know where to start. We got Phil.
Yeah, we
Phil
got him. He's here.
Albanos. Yeah. He's a professional director, cameraman, and video editor. He makes commercials,
Bar
movies,
mitzvahs
shows.
also, if you guys need me to do some speeches,
He's
eh?
very good at his craft.
Sing on.
He's excellent.
He's also good at his job.
Yeah, he's good at his job, and he's also
I'm
got.
good at destroying the craft table, Poseidon.
He also has a podcast called Fill My Hole, where he basically goes around filling holes.
Good at that.
He owns a cement truck.
Yeah.
It's her.
Yes, and then we got Mr. George
Please stop plugging me,
Chandrizos.
okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Just stop plugging me, thank you, I'm good.
And then we got George.
He's
Tan.
so bad at this and he's so nervous.
You caught me off guard, bro. I wasn't ready for it. I
You're
haven't.
doing well. You're doing great, bro. You take over.
Okay, okay.
You
Then we
want me to take
got
over? You got this.
George Sandrizos with the Just Us Dads podcast. where they're basically, a bunch of papis that get together and, they talk about being fathers, fatherhood, the difficulties and challenges and different tactics on how to belt their children.
I like it. I approve.
And what else? Oh, he also has the Backstage podcast where he basically goes around interviewing different politicians and getting to know the ins and outs of the complicated bureaucratic world of politics.
Because of you, I now hate podcasts, fathers and children.
What else? Don't forget PantelisComedy.com for all of Pantelis' stuff. Pantelis Comedy on YouTube. If you guys want exclusive content, you got to go to patreon.com/Pantelis. Now, also, he made something called the YouTube Mafia. So it's on YouTube. So for those of you who don't like Patreon, you can go subscribe directly to YouTube Mafia, where you get exclusive emojis, custom emblems, and exclusive videos. So sign up. We got more shit coming. And don't forget, Mondays in the evening, 2 Drink Minimum, best podcast in Canada at the moment. Wednesdays and Fridays, obviously, the morning show at 10 a.m. as you all know. Also on Patreon, like I mentioned.
All right, just come to me. This is too much. Patreon.com/Pantelis. I'm sorry about him. Please enjoy the rest of your day, because right now, in 2 minutes, new episode of 2 Drink Minimum drops.
Yes.
Go enjoy that shit. And tomorrow, we're coming back with The Intellectuals, 8 p.m.
Yes.
And in between, for the patrons, you're going to get a new French cast. I'm recording it today. Thank you, guys.
Ciao.
Oh, that's it?